Hello everybody! Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat and to all our Earthlings around the world. Good evening, straight here from Japan and wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. My name is Eman Feliciano. You can call me Eman. I am the creative content head of Miss Earth Crown and I will be one of your Chika hosts for today. Naku, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Naku, na-miss ko kayo sa mga events sa Pilipinas. But I've been working backstage, behind the scenes. But now, I'll be with you to discuss some things that we need to discuss about Miss Earth. But of course, joining me tonight is the editor-in-chief of Miss Earth Crown. Kilala niyo siya. Of course, you know this person already. Ladies and gentlemen, Marky Gatchalian.
Hello, good evening. Very excited for tonight's edition. So we'll get a chance to talk about the events and the upcoming finals night. So please feel free to write down your comments in the comment section so we could interact and talk about the latest chismes about Miss Earth.
How are you, Marky?
I'm good. Very excited, pumped because the finals night is approaching. It's this Tuesday. So I'm excited about that.
Tuesday na, o nga no, everybody's kind of excited. Tapos sabi mamaya marami nang marami nang mga nagko-comment ngayon pa lang ha.
Yes, so, actually may mga people na nagsasabi, pwede mag-join kami viewers from our point of view.
Yeah, mag-join? Gusto nyong sumama dito sa...
You want to log in? If you want to log in here, tell us.
Oo, you tell us. Tapos later, we will drop the link. Tapos, punta kayo sa browser nyo. Akit kayo dito. Sige, mag-usap tayo.
Yes, sige. This is your chance, actually.
New Crown. Ayan. Tapos gusto ni Mark, more inside scoop please. Sino ang guest star performer sa Martes? Anong gagamiting song sa intro? Excited na magiging itsura ng stage. Baka may madidiscuss tayo dyan mamaya, no? Tingnan natin. Tapos si Jovi, sabi niya, I hope makapasok si Zimbabwe. She's my sentimental favorite. Ganyan. Tapos sabi ni Steffi, pwede bang mag-join kaming viewers? Sige, mamaya. We will drop the link sa baba para makapag-join kayo. Tapos syempre ang ating good friend na si Marlo ay nandito. Marlo, I miss you. Ayan. Tapos meron pang isa ditong wish. Sabi niya, sana kasama nyo si Sir Noy.
Oh. Ayan, Daya. Alika na, alis na tayo. Hinanap pala si Noy.
Si Noy na lang pala hinahanap. Si Melvin, ang sipag nitong mag-comment kay Noy doon, nung nag-livestream tayo, to si Noy yung nandun. Si Noy kasi nasa Japan siya ngayon.
Yes, dahil Japan.
Aside from being the chief correspondent of Miss Earth Crown, he is also now, he's embarking on a new career as a fashion designer. Actually, very proud tayo sa kanya because he has just finished his first fashion show in Japan. Yan, kagabi yun. Tapos iniwan ako ni Mark. Kagabi yun, sa Tokyo. Pero, alam mo ba, Melvin, your wish is granted dahil he took time off his busy schedule at makakasama natin siya ngayon. Parang siya yung guest natin talaga ngayon. Parang main guest.
Star of the show.
He might as well be kasi nga we're very proud of him. Straight from Tokyo, Japan, let's welcome Noy Savillano.
Hi everyone! Hello po, maraming salamat. Good evening po from Japan nga po, Japan po ang sagot sa kahirapan. Maraming salamat po for tuning in. Hi Melvin, thank you for looking for me. And yes, that's right, we are here for our Banlaw session, our pre-pageant Banlaw session. Guys, kaya naman kung may mga komento kayo, may mga agam-agam at mga sentimento about the upcoming pageant this Tuesday, drop them in the comment section. And if you're liking all of our content and all of our efforts dito sa MEC, drop your stars please naman guys para naman we can continue making quality content for Miss Earth and Miss Earth Crown. Tama ba, Ems?
Yes,
Emma, I miss you.
Kaya nga parang kala mo, pareho tayong nasa Japan pero ang layo natin sa isa't isa. So
weird, no? Ang weird talaga.
Oo.
Di man lang kayo nagkita.
I know.
Speaking of naghahanap, si Winnie Clot sa YouTube, sabi niya, ako lang ba ang tao dito? Baka sa YouTube, ikaw lang ang nandyan. Pwede mo lumipat sa Facebook kung gusto mo. Pero sa Facebook, marami tayong viewers ngayon. So,
yes, I'd like to say hi to some of our fans. Talagang the group chat, the chat or the Chatbox, it's
True,
really
true, true, true,
hot nasa
true.
baba. Let's say hi to Chris Loy. Panotice po. Sabi daw, hi,
Hi
Hi,
Eman.
Chris.
Say hi
po!
to
And of
Chris
course, we also
Loy.
want to say hi to our bukod sa speaking of crush ng bayan, ayan. Andito ate, we have our National Director from Belgium, Ken
Yes!
Stevens.
Hi,
Welcome to the
Ken.
Welcome
Hi.
back
Philippines.
to the Philippines, Ken!
Ayan, tapos sabi ni Jovi, may trash bin po ba everywhere dyan sa Japan? Star?
Oh, pakisagot. Nasa Japan naman kayo.
Um,
Actually, oh, Joe, anong experience mo dahil first time mo sa Japan? No? Anong experience mo sa trash bin sa
oo.
Japan?
Based on my experience naman, kasi hindi naman ako nagbilang ng trash bin, bawat kanto. Hindi ko naman siya napansin. Pero napansin ko talaga dito, spick and span talaga sila. Every corner of the street, everywhere you go, talagang malinis sila. Nakakahiya. Bilang
Mm,
Pinoy na napaka-dumi po natin sa ating mga ating paligid, we have to come to Japan and it's going to be a life-changing experience.
Alam mo
Sobra.
ba, tama si Noy, pero alam mo, Jovi, bilang matagal na rin ako nakatira dito sa Japan, wala pong basurahan sa bawat kanto sa Japan. Ang mga basurahan ay makikita mo lang sa convenience stores. Dahil dito
Oh.
po, bring your own trash ang mga tao. Kapag
So they're
meron
very
Mm.
disciplined. They're very disciplined
Yes, they're
there.
very disciplined.
Correct.
Who bring their
Oo.
trash, they throw it away sa bahay nila.
Oh,
Yan,
correct.
yun.
Oo,
So,
pero sinugot talaga natin, no?
oo,
Para sabi niya,
syempre.
char.
Char. Pero gusto lang namin ipagmalaki. Hi, JV!
Correct.
We miss you.
Hi,
Ayan.
JV!
Oo, ayan. Marami pa nako. Sobrang dami pa nating ibabatiin mamaya. Parang si Chris din. And of course, our US
Yes.
correspondent,
Hey,
Ralph
Ralph.
Sanglat. Hi, Ralph. Thank you very much for being here. Let's go straight to the discussion because, that's what our Earthlings want. And
Yep.
again, mamaya habang sumasagot sila Nonoy at si Mark, idadrop ko yung link nitong stream natin ha para sa mga malakas ang loob. For those, I syempre we have to speak mostly in English because we have our international
Yes.
Earthlings here also. But
Correct.
if you are brave enough and you want to join our discussion, we will be dropping the StreamYard link down below. You can copy that, paste it on your browser, and then you will go to the backstage. Tapos, you have a chance to join us on screen today. But of course, we would like to remind you that as Miss Earth Crown policy goes, we are not allowing any rude, vulgar, ano pa ba, mga hindi tayo dog show, parang gano'n,
Yeah.
like that. So like that kind of language and behavior.
Yeah.
Siyempre,
Only constructive comments
yes,
Yes.
constructive
yes.
comments and criticisms tayong
Correct.
ganyan. Okay? But now, let's begin our discussion. Siyempre, during the time that they came here, so many LGU events, and these LGU events have been like so many trending happenings, di ba? So yung mga LGU events, coverages, triumphs, and mishaps. Pag-usapan muna natin yon. And please do comment down below. Ano ba yung mga what were the highlights or the beauty or the pros of these events?
Let me start. Let me start
Yes,
there, Eman. I guess the reason why it's really amazing to have a face-to-face pageant is because the LGUs get to be highlighted, and the beauty of their region is highlighted as well. Actually, one of the highs for this year's season is there were a total of 8 local government units
Wow.
who supported the organization, its cause, and invited the girls in their region, okay, to do a lot of environmental activities. Of course, the show. I think I'd like to give props to all of the 8 LGUs who did their best to welcome the girls, to treat them with their actually cultural immersion. And that's what happened. It was a cultural immersion. The girls got a chance to really interact. They weren't just inside the hotels. They weren't just locked up in a hotel and doing some rehearsals. They were actually outside interacting with the fans, and they're feeling the love of the fans. And what I love about this year's interaction with the local government units is that they had their school tour. Oh my God, they've never been doing school tours for 3 years, right? Now they have been doing school tours, getting a chance to actually impact the young ones about the environmental advocacy. So kudos to the organization and of course the local government units kasi sila naman talaga yung nag-sponsor yan eh. So talagang effort nila yan. What you see, what you pictures, yung videos, yung food, the show, it's actually all because of the local government unit. So thank you to all of you.
Yes, thank you very much. Ayan, ikaw naman, Noy, what can you say about the LGU events?
Yes, for me naman, of course, I'm also very proud no, of being a Filipino and being part, of course, of the sort of part of the organization and being part of Miss Earth Crown. No? Kasi it's really hard, it's really difficult to mount and to partner with LGUs and mount events in the LGUs. Now, walo pa yung ginawa nila. It's really a really painstaking task, so to say. And it's not easy to do, guys, na. And then, yung product naman na nakita natin online, grabe. And ako personally talaga, what really matters is yung experience ng girls. I mean, more than anything else, more than what the fans are saying online, more than what other people are saying online or commenting about what they're doing in the LGUs, it's all about the experience of the ladies in the respective LGU trips. Na sobrang grabing love, sobrang appreciated na lahat ng nangyari, lahat ng mga nagaganap sa LGUs, guys. Ang laki their prizes for their competitions in the LGUs. Grabe, sobrang laki, really talagang pinaghandaan. The LGUs really prepared for the events both financially and otherwise. Kaya nakaka-proud din dahil yung experience of the girls napaka-full, napaka-complete kumbaga.
Alright, I agree. Lalo na yung prices na binanggit na
Ang laki ng prices.
Ang laki. Minimum of $1,000 to $2,000 yung prices nila. It's so, whoa. They really prepared for it, right?
Correct.
Yan, sorry, meron akong kausap dito sa backstage kasi meron na tayong Earthling na nasa backstage. Pero
Oh my God, okay.
maya natin siya
Yes.
papaakyatin. We will let him come up in a little bit. So his name is Chris. So Chris, no, please stand by. Then we will give you around 5 minutes, ha? Around 5 minutes. So,
Yes.
be
Correct.
careful, baka mamaya nakapajama ka dyan sa kama mo, ha? May makita tayong something, ha? So, ganyan. Ito naman guys, of course, it's very a good showcase of the LGUs is so nice, but there are people, but we cannot help that there are some people who criticize these LGU events heavily, citing that the events don't have good coverage, na parang some of the stages are not up to par with their standards. Tapos yung iba pa kin-criticize na akala ko ba ang we thought Miss Earth wants zero carbon emission. Why do you allow these LGU events to have LEDs? So what do you say about these things? Marky, how about you?
Okay, after my commentary, if you don't mind, baka pwede nating invite na yung Earthling na join. Ang one thing that feeling ko that talagang opportunity area naman is no matter how prepared the local government units are, there are circumstances that are that is not within their control.
Correct.
Like, let me just mention it now. What happened in Zamboanga, right? So they prepared, they even rehearsed, and my God, the stage was also amazing. The LED was like the LED was the backdrop. The runway was LED as well. Imagine, and they practiced na. However, the downside was, you know what happened? It rained. It rained.
Yeah.
So literally, they had to stop the show in the middle of it, and then they just had to resort to the gazebo. I think it was just a gazebo, right? They went to the gazebo and continued the show. Plus, the Earthlings were even complaining of the live nila. It wasn't too reliable. It was inconsistent. So, technicalities of a show. But I think what the local government units should do in the future would be they should have a plan B. You know, especially if they do it outside, yung open area. I think there should be a plan B, right?
There should always be a plan B. Oo. But we cannot, yung nagsasabi na iba, sana predict yung weather, but I think we were all aware that it was an instantaneous rain shower. So para talagang hindi nila na-predict yun. Pero ang na-predict natin, meron tayong kasama ngayon. So, Chris,
ganda na segue.
Yes, oo. Tapos, bago ang lahat, siyempre may nag-aabang din kay Nonoy, si Mema Daily. Oh, Noy,
Hi,
my
Mema
loves.
Daily! Thank you for watching.
Ladies and gentlemen, ang ating Earthling, si Chris Loy. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Hi. So,
Kamusta,
Chris,
Chris?
what can you say? Kamusta muna pala? And then what can you say about yung staging ng local government unit-sponsored events?
Okay, so hi, I'm Chris Macalan. I'm Chris Loy from Tagum City.
Uy, taga-Tagum.
Tagum. Hello po sa mga taga-Tagum.
Actually, this is my first time interacting Miss Earth or a pageant vlog. Oh my God! I'm nervous.
No, don't
Oh,
be. Ano ka
We're
ba?
gonna do well,
Kabahan.
don't worry.
Oo.
Yeah. Oh, ito na yung moment mo.
nervous.
Ano
So,
masasabi mo sa LGUs?
Ang masasabi niya,
um,
yung signal niya kung
there are,
mawawala.
according to Miss,
Go ahead.
Go
Go
ahead, go
ahead.
ahead.
oh my gosh,
Um,
I am very nervous. Okay, so I was able to um to watch the Zamboanga. Zamboanga is very, very amazing when it comes to staging Miss Earth. And in fact, based on what I have read and the updates of the Miss Earth Crown and the other vlogs as well, as they will be preparing for 2024 Miss Earth.
Yes.
And Zamboanga is might be the highlight for this year, as other than eight what's that eight LGUs.
correct.
Para sa iyo,
Good.
yun ang high. That's
That's
very nice, right?
nice.
Me too.
And then
I think
Tagum
it's
kasi, di
secret.
ba? Tagum
Mm-mm.
kasi Tagum is also in Mindanao, am I right? Tama
Yes,
ba?
yes,
So I
yes.
think very proud si ating fan no na an LGU from Mindanao was able to stage a program or an event for Miss Earth. Anong nararamdaman
Ooh.
mo na ganun ang nangyari na proudly Mindanaoan ang nangyaring
Yes.
program for that?
Yeah, I'm very happy because not just water group, not just air group, not just fire group, but all the contestants, the delegates of Miss Earth is arriving has arrived rather in Zamboanga. And also, as what I have remembered in 2016, they also 2016 Miss Earth, they
Mm-mm.
also go to Davao City
Mm,
and the perform. So I think
that's true.
aside from this year's 2022 Miss Earth, the 2016 Miss Earth is also the most traveled. The
Yes.
event.
Yes.
Agree.
Agree.
2016.
Nice, nice. Wow. Good
Di ba ang daming
followers. Let's
input?
go. Ang
Daming
Galing
galing.
mo!
Thank
input,
you.
Chris.
Yes,
Galing.
yes, I followed Miss Earth when Alexandra Brown won in 2005, and from
Mm.
that on until today, from the two virtual editions until today, and maybe until I die, I'll be Miss Avid Fan, Miss Earth Avid.
Oh.
Eh,
Yay!
true-blooded
I
earthling
hope,
light year.
correct. And I hope that you get to visit Manila para you could watch the live pageant
I
sa Manila, okay?
I hope so
Sana.
if I have budget.
Mark budget daw, Char.
Well, ayun. Thank you very much, Chris, for being with us. Ha. Maraming salamat.
For
Maraming
being the very first fan
salamat.
natin for tonight na umakyat.
Our first Earthling to be with us. Thank you,
Thank you,
Chris.
Thank
Chris. Have a
you.
great
Thank
evening. Thank
you.
you for your
Thank you.
insights.
Ayan. Si Gab. Gab, kanina ba't nawala si Gab? Okay. Pero meron na tayong naka-standby na another Earthling sa backstage, and we will go to you. So, Winnie Kot, standby ka lang dyan, ha? But of course, let's move on with our discussion. So,
Yeah.
Winnie Kot, tatanungin ka namin mamaya about another topic. Pero, let's look at some of the reactions of our ayan, bumalik si Gab. Let's look at
Yeah.
some of the reactions of our
Fans.
tawag dito,
Hands.
fans.
Yeah.
Ayan.
And you know what? Actually, complete na. Wow naman, Mema Daily. Maraming salamat.
Yes.
Complete na ng
Oh.
Sunday naming lahat kasi nandito
Talaga
ka. Thank you
naman.
so much, Mema
Talaga nga naman yung
Daily.
heartthrob namin ng MEC.
Oo.
Hindi naman. But actually,
Shoutout
guys,
daw, Gab.
thank you so much, Mema Daily. And actually, guys, I just like to say this. So we have
Hi, Gabrielle.
117 live viewers on our Facebook page right now. 117.
Yes.
Hello
Thank
po.
you.
Thanks
Siguro,
for watching.
Emma, and since we're still talking about the LGUs, let's highlight what Bridge Eliasan said. He said that, to be honest, Zamboanga is the most disappointing LGU sponsor. No hair makeup sponsors. The girls did their own makeup. No backstage room. They changed in their buses. Ayan yung actually, these are yung downside of the LGU sponsorship. Understandable naman. And fair.
Oo.
Correct.
Understandable naman. Another from YouTube, sabi niya, si Richard Ampig, sabi niya, on the lighter note, it's something that doesn't happen to any pageant. So I think it was an enjoyable experience for the girls.
Siguro na-highlight lang
Yeah,
talaga guys, no, na dahil hindi lang ito basta isang group of delegates eh. It's everyone din kasi kaya siguro the fans were
exactly.
also expecting a much more magandang production and staging,
Correct.
no. But
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. It was everyone.
things happen.
Ito naman
No.
sabi ni Ben Marlo Obra, next na-excite lang naman yung mga LGUs in their effort to give the girls a grand welcome and a great experience. Overall, they did really well more than all the mishaps. I agree. The
I
girls can
agree.
testify based on their posts on social media at sobrang galing talaga. Thank you so much, Ben Marlo.
Yun. Yes, sabi naman ni Lorraine, common problems during the live. Yun da, weak internet connection and the audio. Yun
I
nga.
agree.
Pero alam nyo
And,
kasi,
oh guys, I'm
the,
so sorry. I would also like to highlight because the national director of Nigeria also made a comment. Ibinabo Piberissima said that
Hi, ma'am.
this is what makes Miss Earth, what makes it Miss Earth. I personally enjoy the year's camp activities. That is the joy of Miss Earth, and we get to meet new people, and the LGUs become known to the rest of the world. It's a perfect eco-tourist attraction, tama? Kudos to Miss Earth as long as the final show is perfect. Camp activities were fun this year.
thank you very
Yes.
much,
Hi, ma'am.
madam. Ayan, okay. Ayan, sige. Later we will be continuing with the discussion. Pero ngayon, we will be moving on to another topic. And then we will be bringing in one of our friends. O, nawala si si yung nasa YouTube, si Winnicott. Okay. And then we
Hindi
will
na
be
kinaya.
bringing Now let's go to our medal winners. Mark, can you give an update?
Hey.
I think Mark knows the updates on the
Yes.
medal winners.
So as you know, para tayong Olympics, our colleague from Miss Earth Crown, Charles Benfast, has been following the medal awards. He
Grabe,
even
Charlene.
tallied everything. My God, tedious thing of tallying it. And so far, just to highlight, our top four medal winners are Colombia, Korea, as well as sino yung pangatlo? Colombia,
Nigeria.
Korea, Nigeria. So
Mhm.
yan, ito yung mga top medal winners natin so far. Pero question is, does the medal does it affect their
Mhm.
chance
Does
of
it affect
getting a
Marky?
semifinal? Does it? What do you think?
Well, it's not about what we think. It's actually for a fact. Diba? That their medal performances, ito siguro yung nakakalimutan ng iba. This is what other people forget. That their medal performances will not affect their placement in the top 20. Because these medal events are just for boosting their morale, for fun, and of course for the LGUs.
Correct.
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah. I'm actually Eman and Mark, I'd like to point out or like mention one quote that I got from my interview with Jenny Ramp from the Philippines. I think Miss Karen Ibasco, Miss Earth 2016 was able to
17,
talk to
2017.
17 rather, was able to talk to them in one of their trainings. Sabi ni Karen Ibasco, she wasn't really too concerned about not winning any of the medals during her edition. Sabi niya, you can have all of her medals, but then I'm gonna have my crown. Sabi ni Karen Nebasco daw
True.
during the interview kay La Jenny
Right?
Rap. Which
Right?
is,
Exactly.
again, as what Eman mentioned, it's a known fact, right? That even if you win like all of the medals during the preliminary, the pre-pageant activities, it is not a guarantee, of course, definitely not a guarantee that you'll have a safe spot in the top 20. Again, it's going to be a boost in your morale, maybe also hype from the fans, maybe exposure, both in social media and otherwise, diba? But it's not a guarantee that you have a safe spot in the top 20.
Yeah. Pero alam mo, I think this is a very smart idea because it also highlights and promotes the sponsors and the LGUs more.
Agree.
Parang marketing din siya eh. It's also very business savvy and we cannot discount the fact that of course for these sponsors and LGUs it's also promotion, di ba? So they need that to have that forward. Bakit may nag-angry emoji dun sa ano?
Oh, tawagin
Siguro
na natin yung
pagdating
fan natin. What he thinks about the medals.
Gab! Balik ka, Gab. Nawala si Gab. Ayan.
Nawala ba si Gab?
Ayan si Gab. Gab. Okay, Gab, ikaw.
Okay.
Come on, Gab. Ayan. Gab!
Come on, Gab.
Gab Galvez na ating
Ay, Gab!
Oo,
Si Gab
tingnan
pala
natin.
yan. Ano ba yan?
Come here.
Gab, we
You
miss
hear
you!
us?
Oh my God!
Hi!
Hello,
Kulot-kulutan ka,
Gab.
te.
Am I audible po ba?
Yes,
You
we can hear
are.
you. We can hear you.
We
Actually,
miss
hindi ko
you,
po kayo
Gab.
marinig.
Ay, hindi
Wait
mo kami
lang. Mag-stay na lang po
marinig.
ako dito sa live.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
sige.
So,
Yan.
siguro what do you think about the medal winners? And ano sa tingin mo ang implication if they win this medals or not?
Yes.
Hello po. Hi, Mr. Crown. Thank you so much. And thank you for the abrupt invite. Charing.
Ayan. Sige, mag-share si Gab ng kanyang sentiments and the reactions. Ayan. Ayan.
Nakalag lang sa live eh. Oo.
Yeah, okay.
Ayan.
Nag-drop.
O sige.
Tuloy.
Medyo mahina ang signal ni Gab. Mamaya, pag di nyo kaya, babalik natin si Chris Loy mamaya.
Yeah.
Nandiyan lang siya sa backstage.
Oo.
Ayan.
Okay,
Pero tingnan muna
let's
natin
highlight
yung
yung comments ni Patrick Ivan Lau.
Okay.
Sabi niya,
Ito ba
this
yun?
sounds fair. Yes, doesn't it sound unfair na no matter how hard you work for prelim events, it wouldn't dare a score for a girl to be in the semis? Okay, let me clarify this. It's different, guys, Meron kasing preliminary events that matter and preliminary events na sponsored by the local government units. The preliminary events that really matter are the beauty of face, the figure in form, and of course, the make or break environmental intelligence and awareness. So these are the three that matters. These are the reason why you will get in this or be in the sim. However, the preliminary event sponsored by the LGUs is just also a litmus test. It's a test of character of the girls. Why? Because even if the medal tallies does not matter, the attitude and behavior that they demonstrate during these events will matter a lot because they're still being scored. Kaya I remember even sharing in one of our topics na no matter how, let's say if they're consistent in our hotpicks ng figure informed, intelligence, and of beauty based, if they do not really have the right attitude, the right mindset, because they're being observed. Actually, we have a lot of secret judges in the organization. Yes, it's a fact that the team managers would also give their insights, no? Kasi their voice matters. But there are also a lot of judges na roaming around, looking at the way they behave. I'll give you an example. They had an environmental seminar. So imagine if you're a Miss Earth winner and you're not interested to listen to the environmental seminar. So yung mga humihikab-hikab dyan, yung mga nakatingin sa cellphone imbes na makinig sa environmental seminar, minus points ka ganyan. Kasi if you don't pay attention, what would you say if you get interviewed in the United Nations? Ano sasabihin mo?
Hindi ka pwedeng humikab sa UN.
Hindi ka pwedeng humikab-hikab doon sa UN. Ini-invite ang mga Miss Earth doon, nakakaloka. Kaya may score din talaga yun.
Yes, of course, also their attitude during the activities, their willingness to participate, their spirit of volunteerism, all of those are scored, di ba? Ganyan. Tapos, ayan, sabi naman ni Alvin, ang ating friend na si Alvin, bakit ang gagwapo ng taga-MEC? Ganun talaga, may qualifications po tayo dito. Joke lang. Hindi. Ayan, the medal performances have nothing to do with the placement, but I honestly think there could be a little influence from it. Alam mo, actually, I was gonna talk about that. Feeling ko din kasi, alam mo yon, as they score the attitude, they will also parang inadvertently take into consideration how they're doing during these rounds.
Yes, yes.
Correct.
And it's very true. So kunyari, even if na they did really, kunyari lang, nasa top 20 talaga sila ng semis. Pero kapag may nagkaroon ng critical incident, natatanggal din sila eh. I don't want to name girls because my experience na yan in the past few years. Galing-galing sa prelims, tas biglang, nasaan siya? Kasi may critical incident yan. And the organization does not want to work with divas. Okay, so you have to, yan yung mga hindi natin nakikita ng organization. Na wag kayong magulat pag naligwak yung mga ine-expect nyo who did well in the preliminaries.
Bawal pala si Jess Saragosa, phenomenal diva. Charot.
Kasi there are things that we do not see backstage. Ang nakakita na yung mga nakapalibot sa kanila.
True. Sabi nga ni Lorraine, hindi si Tita Lorraine ito ha, ibang Lorraine ito.
Not sure.
Attitude and character really matters. 3B, beauty, brand, and behavior.
Para gusto kong
Parang kilala ko yan ha.
Pwede mo bang
Quotable
i-order yan?
Oo, quotable quote
Ang
yan.
witty. Beauty, brand, behavior. Okay, kilala
And
ko yan.
behavior. Oh.
Ayoko nang banggit. Sino yan?
Ayan. And ayan, si Little Penny meron na siyang prediction. Mamaya tingnan natin. Is your prediction going to be in the hot picks, di ba? Ayan. Thank you very much. Meron bang award na Miss Unphotogenic?
Totoo.
Hindi ko alam. Hindi
Parang
natin
wala.
alam.
Yeah.
Ayan.
Oh yeah,
Pero
speaking of Miss
naman one last
Okay,
Hmm.
go ahead,
siguro
Noy.
one last lang, pero syempre naman, as a pageant page na nagko-cover din, of course, we give it to the girls who really perform
Yes.
during the preliminary activities, no? Kasi talagang effort din yun and dedication to perform and actually be awarded and recognized during the LGU activities. So we also recognize their hard work and their dedication during these activities. So
That
kudos and
is true.
congratulations to them.
That is
Yeah.
true.
Yes. And
Yan, pero
speaking of
para
Miss Unphotogenic, kasi sabi kanina
oh,
unphotogenic, maraming
Lalim.
girls, totoo to totoo to. Maraming girls na I weren't really impressed during the virtual events and even looking at the pictures, but when I saw them in person, oh my God,
Oh my
mapapahiya ka
God.
talaga kasi ang gaganda pala, ang ganda ng face, napaka-charming. Iba talaga if it's face to face. It's different when you get to interact with the girls.
pwede,
Makikita mo yung true beauty nila.
pwede magbigay ng perfect example?
Thailand. My God,
Thailand.
Thailand is so beautiful in person. She reminds me of Venus Ra. Very exotic, very friendly. Alam mo yung aura niya na parang yayakapin ka niya. Ganun ang aura niya. Ang ganda-ganda niya. Another one would be Vietnam. Vietnam is so charming in person. Very elegant. Ewan ko ba
Very
kung saan nila
queenly.
nakukuha very queenly. Kung saan nila nakukuha itong mga girls ito. Ang gaganda in person.
Mhm.
True. There you go, 'di ba? Tapos ayan. So, dahil before let's go to the next
Yeah.
naman. Next discussion. Tapos may pababalikin tayo dito sa
Yes.
backstage. O kasi sabi niya, ang
Yan.
dami ko daw niyang gustong sabihin.
Oo.
Ayan. Naku, mukhang marami tayong masasabi dito.
Ay!
Bashers, shamers among netizens, and even the queens.
Okay, guys, before we begin, take lang lahat. We have hit 150 viewers on Facebook. Hi,
Yay!
guys!
Hello!
Guys,
Hi!
drop naman the stars so that we can
Oh,
continue doing some
correct.
quality content.
Speaking
Ayan.
of our viewers, may nagsabi kanina na fan na ang tangos daw ng nasa baba. Ang tangos ng ilong ng nasa baba. Noy, I think they're referring to
Ako ba
you.
yun?
Si Madge Caro
Thank you
Brinos.
po.
Yung matangos po na ilong na nasa baba ay si Alfonso Sinonoy.
Hello po, thank you for watching. Nag-freeze ba
Ayan.
doon? Oh, yun. Okay.
Noy,
Ayan, I'm here.
okay.
Di ko alam kung
Nawawala.
frozen ba
Hindi
talaga
yung
or
signals.
nag-e-esos ka lang eh. Kinakabahan kami ni Mark eh.
Hindi, minsan yung signal sa Japan, iba rin eh.
Oy,
ano ba yan?
Wala tayo ng signal ngayon, Ems.
Diba?
Charotera.
So, ayun na nga, diba? So,
Ito na.
ano ba yung mga nininitpick ng, alam mo naman ang Miss Earth always has its fair share of bashing, diba? Pero, this year, ano ba yung mga ninitpick o binabash ng mga bashers sa Miss Earth? No, ikaw muna.
Ako, dun lang sa based on what I do as a chief correspondent ng MEC, ang talagang kanilang pinaka number one na kinareklamo or the number one thing that they always complain about is the coverage of the quality of the coverage online. Okay, one prime example is the press conference, the press presentation. We were there. The entire MEC team was there during the press presentation in Okada, Manila. And the fans were kind of disappointed with how the entire coverage went because it was already a delayed telecast, I think. It wasn't live on their Facebook page. It wasn't live on their Facebook in Miss Earth. And they were hoping and thinking that it's going to be edited in a much more Mr. Johnny Abad is here. In a much more glossy na look or feel for the late telecast in the evening. But lo and behold, it's still like a typical live that they do on their Facebook page. So isa yun sa mga comments pa rin na parang it's been a perennial problem of the Miss Earth in terms of their coverage on social media. Mark, what do you think about this?
I think that's a very fair assessment. Kasi when we were doing the live din, parang nung nakita ko rin yung live nila, parang Tapos di ba there were people in the media who wanted to approach the stage.
Yes.
Right? And nakita natin yun backstage parang there were a lot of people yung mga vloggers who wanted to approach the stage para man lang magandang view ng stage. However, they weren't allowed. And which is also fair kasi talagang may accredited na magko-cover.
Cover
Kaya
person.
lang, siguro na we were also expecting na, okay, so bawat, so big sabihin, pinaghahandaan nila to, right? So,
Correct.
meaning, siguro maganda yung angle, siguro maganda yung ganito, ganyan. Pero lo and behold, medyo fair naman din yung observation ng mga fans. It wasn't planned. Yun na lang. It wasn't planned.
Yeah.
The way it was
Yeah.
supposed to be executed wasn't planned
Yeah.
really well.
Yeah.
You know, I was actually a little bit frustrated about that. Being in Japan, I was like, can I just do the coverage myself? Parang ganun eh. I had that feeling like I
Yes.
do better than that. Parang ganun. So
Correct.
parang I share the sentiment of people, di ba?
Yeah, and it's
Ayan.
not only
So,
like Filipino fans, no. It's again, it's an international coverage supposed to be. It's
exactly.
people from
Kasi
around the
press
world
conference
are expecting
Mm-mm.
it for the
nakalagay
coverage.
pa naman doon. They put the international media, di ba?
Correct.
So it was a
And
little.
there were
There
people
were.
talaga,
There were.
international media doon. Yeah, there were.
Ayun. So there you go, right? Ano pa aside from that, pabalikin ba natin si Chris dun sa baba? Ngayon na.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, Chris.
Siguro, let's ask for his thoughts. Ano ba
Oh,
common bashing that the fans really are always ramping on or saying na
Yes.
valid naman. What do you think?
Chris' signal is intermittent right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
Chris, are
siguro
you
while
there? O mamaya.
Mm-mm. Yeah, siguro mamaya na lang, no. Ayan.
Okay. Yes, another ano pa yung mga binabash nilang another thing that they were bashing and probably because they did not understand how it worked, the hotels in the LGUs that they
Yes.
they went to,
Mm.
fans and mostly from other countries, to be quite honest with you, were bashing the hotels they were staying at, not realizing that these hotels were actually parang thematic or
It is.
part of, how do you explain that, Mark?
Kasi the reason why they're in the LGUs is to be immersed in the culture of the local government units. Is a local government cultural immersion na nga eh. So when you stay in a room or in an accommodation, do not expect a five-star
Correct. Ay,
five-star
naku, mga
accommodation.
fans.
Kasi that's the reason, that's in the first place. That's the reason why they're there. They're being immersed. Ang importante is they're in a comfortable accommodation. They get to experience the people. They get to experience the food. Kaya nga cultural immersion, guys. I'm so sorry. I'll also like to call out the foreign, yung ibang mga bashers internationally, especially other fans who claim na it's so, yung mga accommodation
So
daw is it's so cheap. I'm so sorry. I also went to some of your countries. You do not have also expensive accommodations.
May
Huwag kayong
clap back.
mayabang, okay?
Oh my
I'm
God.
so sorry.
do not.
Huwag kayong mayabang. So do not me because I travel out in other countries. Okay? Don't me.
Oh my God.
Ay, nako, feeling ko magkakaroon
Sabi
ng
sa
food
ibilhin kayo
party
ng
na
may-ari
do
ng
not
Miss
eat.
Earth Crown kayo talaga. Oo. Wait, I want to ask this person kasi nga he's from Tagum and
Yeah.
I want to see na parang Chris, binabash yung quality ng mga accommodations ng mga hostels and hotels doon. Ano yung masasabi mo about that? May signal ka naman ng Chris, no? Ayan.
Yan. There you go.
Okay, so back again. My God.
Oo.
Okay, so as to bashers and to the accommodations of the girls, maybe it's because of I think we have different perception when it comes to accommodation since since tinatawag ito na provinces, it's more far-fetched from the cities, big cities like NCR. Yeah. And also I am also so disappointed with your press presentation, but I am not complaining. I was just disappointed of the camera angles and so on. It's just a minimal because I understand that Miss Earth is not for glitz and the glamour, but it's for the advocacy. So whatever happens.
True.
And what I like about the organization is that they are not answering all the bashers and so on. The
True.
bashers.
Unbothered.
#unbothered talaga. Uy, merong umaamin ha. Yes. Richard Ampig said, and thank you for admitting that, I'm guilty on
Mm.
bashing. That was because I cared about the girls' welfare when they let the girls stand on stage
Fair enough naman. Fair
unnecessarily
enough naman.
too long.
Siguro,
Oo, fair
fair
enough.
enough naman. Oo,
I
yes.
think
True.
some of the bashing, if we can call all of that bashing, come from a good place, di ba? Come from good intention. Siguro lang, let's be more constructive about it. Pero yun, thank you very much. Pero tama ka,
Yeah.
Bridge, dapat talaga yung major events like press
Yun
conference.
Agree.
nga. Totoo
Agree
yan.
kami sa inyo. Huwag kayong mag-alala. We agree with you.
We agree
Oo.
with you. Oh,
Ayan.
sabi rin ni Mema Daily, bet ko pa rin yung side commentary ng Miss Earth ka nung press presentation.
Guys, thank you for
Thank you.
appreciating that.
Thank
Ang
you.
saya
Kahit
nun,
may
di
gusto
ba?
yes,
Yeah,
kahit may
correct.
gusto magpalaya sa akin, okay lang.
Sabi,
Sige, go.
sabi niya, sabi, Moy, patahimikin mo nga yung kasama mo.
Guys, EIC po namin yun. Pag pinaalis po natin yan,
Ano
sarado
may-ari
po
ng
ang
Miss
shop
Earth?
natin.
Baka huwag pong ganun. Oo.
Hindi siya pwedeng umalis.
Napansin ko rin sa mga LGU, wala nang discrimination, parang pantay-pantay lang lahat. Walang, that's true.
That's
Diba?
true.
Walang sash, yun ang maganda sa Miss Earth, walang sash factor sa Miss
True.
Earth.
True.
Yes.
Speaking
Yes.
of, so one of the most beautiful things about Miss Earth, you get to see girls who are in a non-sax factor country who get in the semis and even win, right? Perfect example, Belarus. Si Belize.
Belize.
Si Destiny. Raptor, diba?
Correct.
It's a testament that the Miss Earth organization is really fair. It's really fair.
Yes.
Diba? Yun. Tapos sabi ni Steffi, Richard Amping joined the live please. Richard,
Wow.
let's go.
Pistol
Wait,
join.
is Baitong here? Because sabi ni Ivy,
Airport.
hello,
At the
Baitong.
airport.
At the
Okay.
airport. Okay.
Yes.
Baitong is at the
Correct.
airport right now. And somebody's watching from New Jersey.
Hi,
Lito.
Lito.
Hi.
From New Jersey. I have so many relatives in New Jersey.
Thank you for watching,
kilala ko
guys.
sila. Thank you very much, Lito. Yan. Ito naman,
Yan.
sabi ni Ariska Robredo, kaano-anong po si Ma'am Lenny, pahay naman po kami. Well, in my opinion, a true fan does not only praise what's good, a true fan will speak up about what's need to be improved. And I think many of us here agree with that. There's something
Agree.
that needs to improve. There's no
Yeah.
perfect work. That's true naman.
It's true. Yeah. It's very true. As long as hindi nagbebenta ng suka at patis, okay lang.
Somebody chose savagery tonight.
Grabe.
Oo.
No chill pong EIC natin
No
tonight.
chill po ang EIC namin today. Oo. Agree. Kung kami naman dito sa Miss Earth Crown, alam nyo, kung nakikita nyo naman kami, kapag talagang there's something that,
Yeah.
we also say it. Lalo na nung Miss Philippines Earth, alam nyo naman kung anong reaksyon namin nung Miss Philippines Earth, hindi ba? So, yeah, we give credit where credit is due, and then we give constructive criticism whenever it is due.
Yep. So, Emma, let's just highlight what Christian Apuya Reyes shared.
Okay.
Thank you. Hi, Christian Apuya Reyes. Sana po bago mag-start ang pageant, ma-orientation sa mga delegates about what to expect during the pre-pageant activities para hindi sila ma-shock at mag-post na disappointed. Okay? Alright, let's talk about
Perfect
that.
segue ba to?
Perfect segue kasi let's talk about that na.
Yeah. But I think we can already say bye to Chris.
Sure.
Yeah.
Ayan,
Chris,
actually,
maraming salamat.
Chris, na yan. Thank you, Chris.
Yan.
Yan, nawala na rin yung signal niya eh.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Ayan.
Thank you.
Speaking of disappointment, parang merong dalawang, kung hindi na viral, should I say na viral, parang may dalawang na kumalat na disappointment situations, di ba? Una yung sa accommodation. Nung isang queen, one of the queen's camp posted a disappointment about accommodation. What was the real score? Mark, I know you know the real score.
Yeah,
I think this was early on, yeah.
Yeah, ito yung first part talaga before the event even started. The events started. I think it was a matter of miscommunication kasi what happens is yung accommodation nila were supposed to be ready on the 12th or the 13th ata. So meaning if you arrive in the Philippines ng 12 and your accommodation is ready, then you could actually go straight to the hotel. However, some of the girls, I'll give an example, Puerto Rico, Netherlands, they came in really early to Nigeria. Before the actual check-in, they really cannot check in the official accommodation. So they have to check in themselves out of their own pockets.
Correct.
Or, ito pa yung maganda sa Miss Earth, if you don't have accommodations, you can actually stay at the Carousel Mansion. Pero
Mhm.
don't expect a five-star accommodation in the Carousel Mansion. It's a house. It's a mansion. So kaya lang, nagkataon na the manager of the supposed candidate, instead of really airing it out professionally, in a professional manner, in an organization, the person chose to do it unprofessionally with another pageant page. Kaya naging issue siya. Na dapat naman hindi ganon. Dapat you should, if you have, ganito ang sikreto guys ha, if you really want to get along with the organization, if you have an issue with the organization, talk to the organization. You don't go around going to pageant pages and ranting it out sa other people kasi that's not the
Yeah.
professional way of doing things. The
Yeah.
more you do that, the more lang hindi ka papansin in organization. So if you have a fit with the organization, tell the organization. So for
Mhm.
me, it was an issue of miscommunication really.
Yes, yes. We
Yes.
were told that it was naman talaga. But it was settled the next day, 'di ba? Because hindi it's not ang pagkakasabi doon, what was said was like she was left behind. 'Di ba?
Yes.
Parang while other queens were already in their hotels, she was left behind. That will never happen. Each candidate is assigned to their official hotel, 'di ba?
Correct.
And
Exactly.
it will only take different times of accommodation depending on when they come, ganyan. Nako,
Mhm.
speaking of coming from kanina New Jersey, no? Gusto ko lang batiin kasi talaga we are all over the earth
All
right
over the
now.
world, or Earth
From
rather.
Tongkai, always follow this page all the way from
Hello po sa mga taga
Amsterdam.
Hi,
Amsterdam.
hi.
Thank
Yes,
you
eto na.
guys.
Speaking of another disappointment, eto na. Punta na tayo doon. Dahil naitanong din ni Winnicott na kanina ay nag-backstage pero ngayon ay nawala na siya. Winnie, bakit po big deal sa mga taga? Alam nyo na, yung mga plastic chairs na nasasagip sa mga videos and pictures.
I don't think that should be an issue kasi they also use plastic chairs during their events.
Hindi. Alam mo, ang issue ng mga tao dyan, natatakihan sila. They think it's tacky.
Ah,
Not because of its
They think it's that.
environmental, yeah, they think it's tacky. It's an issue.
is it during
Ano
the
ba yan?
preliminary
Monoblock?
activities?
Ano ba yan?
No,
Plastic
it's
chair?
ano lang, minsan nakikita nila sa kunyari tour, nasa likod ng sasakyan may ginagamit na plastic. Yun yung
O kaya sa
plastic chair.
audience. Sa
O di kaya sa
audience.
audience plastic chair. Kung sa mga
Mhm.
local government units. Ano ba namang ini-expect
Napaka-little
nyo?
detail na yun, guys.
Napaka-little
Sobrang
detail. Actually, it
Pati ba
doesn't
naman
insignificant
matter
detail.
na. Pati ba naman yun, you get to see that. Parang,
Mm-mm.
di ba, it's the experience. It doesn't really matter, actually. At saka, yung mga nagbabash naman yan, down to the detail. Obviously, if they're criticizing it down to the detail, talagang, they really care. So, they love the organization. Charot.
Mhm.
That's true. Okay, now, go to the next disappointment issue, no? Apparently, more recently, one person was expressed disappointment and regret pa nga over joining regret on joining the pageant over trash bin matters.
Okay.
Diba? What can you say about that? Unahin ko naman si Noy ngayon.
For me naman, yung disappointment doon ng specific candidate na yun, no, because I'm not really too sure of the specific details, no. Pero generally speaking, I think yung disappointment naman din nga also comes from a place of really love for, I don't know, for the environment as well and for her organization, no. But what I could have done, I could have given the organization a chance. Di ba, na it's parang sana hindi na define. I hope she didn't define the entire experience by just one incident.
Exactly.
Di ba?
Right.
I mean, it's really unfair. I mean, are you going to it's not a case of correct minus wrong, di ba? It's all about the entire experience, eh. So why do you define your entire Miss Earth journey because of that one incident? The entire thing naman, the other things aside naman, are just really memorable and really di ba, magnificent para sa lahat ng mga candidates. So yun lang para sa akin, no. Siguro meron ding may valid reason naman din or valid naman din yung kanilang concern and kanilang sentiment. But I hope she could have given the organization and the entire experience more chances, di ba, to make up for that one incident.
Plus, I read another pageant blogger and I agree with the comment of that person, si Benjong Botones sa Instagram. Sabi niya, it looked like it came from a place of privilege. Diba?
That could also be one thing.
Right? A place of
Correct.
privilege. Na parang she's comparing, why does this country, why do these people not do this? But in my country, we do this.
Yeah.
Diba? Na parang, from a place of privilege. Instead of humbling the person's self and educating these people. Ay, mali po yan. It's wrong. This is
Mm.
what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
That would have been a better course instead of
Yeah.
complaining outright that we don't have this. That's your role as a queen, to
Correct.
educate
Correct.
Yes,
people,
yes.
Yes. Yeah,
right?
it's all about sharing best practices among and between candidates and the
Exactly.
countries. I mean, if
Sharing
you
best
think there is a better way to do something, to do things, then might as well share it, di ba? Not
Mm.
antagonize the other side or not antagonize the entire country for just one incident. It's all about
Yep,
sharing what you know and what you think is
yep,
going to be better for the country, for the host country. Ganun kasimple.
yep.
Oo.
I think she forgot the main reason why she was there. She was
Yeah.
actually there
Exactly. At
not
dahil
just as a
dyan,
queen but an educator to educate people, right?
exactly.
Ganda ng
Because of
comment.
that, Lorraine is willing to donate trash bin um, to her favorite color.
Bitter
Ganyan.
blue daw po ang favorite color niya, bitter blue. Charot.
Ay, naku, nakakaloka. Okay.
Let's highlight what Patrick Ivan Lau said. Ano po ang masasabi nyo sa mga nagsasabi na if Miss Earth Organization advocates for a low carbon emission, then the pre-pageant should be doing it across the board and not just in the final stage by not utilizing full LED screens across the board, meaning too much traveling that produces too much carbon footprint, and LGU-sponsored events use LED screens as well as to where they're advocating the environment across the board. Ang daming across the board.
The board.
Very, very good point, Patrick. Very, very good point. Very, very good point for this. Pero kailangan ko nang ibaba ang comment mo, natatakpan si Noy. But, ang haba. But it's so good, so good. Thank you very much for for putting that
I think
forward.
uusapan natin mamaya yan, no? The one about the finals night. I think we're gonna touch on that later.
Yes.
Yes.
Yun na nga. Tapos, nga mamaya pa ba o pwede nang sagutin ngayon?
Actually, pwede naman natin. If you
Pwede
still,
na
yeah.
sagutin, ha?
Oo.
What's your comment
Mark.
about that, yung sinabi ni Patrick Lau?
Yun kanina, actually nung umpisa medyo na-touch natin yun eh. Sabi ko, tama sila na na parang oo na po yung parang across the board. Pero yung paggamit ng LED ng mga LGUs is actually not under Miss Earth Organization's control.
Correct.
What they can fully control is what they do during the shows. And for the past years, Miss Earth organizations have been cutting on their carbon emissions by implementing several changes, like starting the show earlier to use natural sunlight. Although they still use lighting eventually when it gets dark,
Yeah.
at least they get to reduce that by half or by a few percentage because that's their contribution. And of course, using recyclable materials as for the
True.
production design.
True.
For example, what they did anong year nga yun? When they used
2019?
recycled tires.
Talaga?
Oh yes, they used recycled tires, worn out tires to build the tree. With
True.
Wow.
2018, ang ganda nun. That's a beautiful
Oo.
stage. Recycled materials yun.
Pero I think that for the use of LED, I don't think that that we should like fault the organization for using an LED if ever they want to during the finals, because for that one-time show, I think it's also important to give a good presentation,
Mhm.
True.
give a good show. But Miss Earth makes sure that they implement their advocacy throughout the year through their candidates as well. So, madami namang mga activities na ginagawa ang Miss Earth for that. Ikaw, Mark?
Ako naman, kasi I can only speak for what Tita Lorraine said. Talagang, number one, do not expect us to really follow other pageants the way they present their shows. Kasi if Miss Universe and Miss World uses a lot of LED, that's not the brand of Miss Earth. Hindi naman talaga. Kasi talagang they advocate for sustainable living, sustainable shows, materials. Siguro kung makakita sila ng LED sa show tomorrow, sa Tuesday, baka konting-konti lang yun. At saka hindi yun yung pinaka-highlight ng event. Parang talagang yung sustainable stage ang magiging highlight. Pero I think what Patrick Lau said is valid. Okay? As for, di ba sinasabi natin yung travel, guys naman, ecotourism ang pinopromote din ng Miss Earth. Anong gusto nyo? Maglakad yung mga kandidata from Luzon to Mindanao? Kaloka naman kayo. Siyempre, they need to travel fast, di ba? Kasi their activities are packed. Hindi pa naman na-invent yung teleporting technology. Kayo naman.
Miss Earth is also an advocate of ecotourism. So, kasi nga, because we want to promote tourism because Miss Earth is also doing a double with double purpose. Aside from promoting, of course, their cause, they also want to promote Philippine tourism and ecotourism at that. So with ecotourism, of course, you use the available means of transportation. But what it what what it ultimately aims to do is that you go there, you use the available means of transportation, but when you are there, you help the community and you help the place regain its environmental um, with, environmental health by helping them clean up, by educating the people there, by different means. So I think that's the purpose of it. Kaya inevitable pa rin yun, di ba?
Agree.
Yun. So
According to
yeah,
Steffi Luigi Gomez Eman, how about bashing from lower map?
yung lower map na yan, bashing, I don't know, I don't understand anymore, to be honest. I do not understand anymore. Despite some queens themselves asking for other people to spare the pageant of bashing, I do not understand anymore. I swear, I cannot find any explanation why they keep on doing it. And they wait for every opportunity. Pag magkaroon lang ng mali, isang mali, pak, 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 ang dami na agad. I don't know. I don't understand anymore.
Ako
So
naman,
that,
it's okay. I understand where they're coming from. Kasi, di ba, they earn a living from it. Nakakaawa naman. So,
they're
hayaan na
what?
lang natin. They
They're
earn
what?
a living from it. They earn
They
a
do?
living from it. Oo, kaya
They earn a living
nakakaawa.
from bashing?
Oo. Mga bayad naman kasi yan eh. So, pagbigyan nyo na,
Mga trolls
bread and
ba yung
Oh
butter
mga
my
nyo
God.
yan?
yan eh.
Paid
Mm-mm.
trolls? On
Oo, a lot of them
pageant?
are paid trolls. Yeah, I have, alam ko kung basta.
Oh,
Basta.
okay.
They're
O,
paid. So,
ayan ha.
pagbigyan na lang natin, pangkabuhayan nila yan eh.
Paid trolls in pageant. I've never heard of
Yeah.
that. But,
Ano ka
like,
ba?
Yeah.
Meron. Yes.
if that's their
So,
livelihood,
pangkabuhayan nila, if that's their livelihood, let them be, basta they don't matter. So, hindi sila
okay. Yun
Yeah.
importante.
din,
It's okay.
Oo, they don't
Correct.
matter. Ayun, tawag dito. Aha, aha, aha. There you go. So,
Ano
speaking of
nga?
stage, ayan ha, let's go to the ME stage. Mark, ano ba ang chika dito sa Miss Earth stage?
Yan, tinanong na namin si Tita. At si Tita ay tight-lipped. Ayaw talaga niya sabihin. Pero
Pero may
like what I've
clue.
said,
May hint.
may clue. Ang isa sa clue niya, di ba noong 2019 when the live event happened, ang backdrop is Manila Bay. So ito yung stage sa likod niya Manila Bay. Yun yung backdrop. Tapos di ba flowers. Ngayon
Yes.
kabaliktaran, ang backdrop na nila is yung stage, yung pinaka
The
area
curtain.
na where the red curtain, doon na sila ngayon. Now they will be facing Manila Bay. So it
Yeah.
means highly likely baka mas malaki yung stage kasi magagamit nila yung red curtain. So I'm
Yes.
excited. Tapos tinanong namin may LED. Of course, may LED ba? Sabi niya, hindi yun yung main So I don't think there will be. Kung magkakaroon baka ano lang yan, parts of it. Pero more of recyclable and sustainable materials na gagamitin.
Pero
For sure.
Marky, ikaw, nung kinausap mo si Tita Lorraine, ano yung nava-vibes mo? Talagang it's going to be a big bombastic production ba compared to the other ones? Sa tingin mo ba? Para lang.
Ang sabi niya, she doesn't know how to top the 2019 stage kasi ang ganda-ganda talaga ng stage. It's beautiful in person, beautiful. And so, nakita nyo naman yun, di ba? It's one of the best stages ng Big Four pageant. So, they're thinking of how to up the ante. So, yun yung sabi niya, paano kaya namin i-upstage pa yung noong 2019? Kasi one of the
Ganito.
best at saka beautiful talaga eh.
Oo. Guys, if you want to have a little bit of idea, please go search on Google the Cove Manila Club.
Yeah.
So, ayan. Yes.
And
So,
speaking of kasi may mga nakikita ako na binabash yung Clove Okada Manila. I just like to remind you that Okada Manila is an exclusive area ha. Ang Cabana cost 20,000. We already stayed there before. It's not cheap.
25
Okay?
to be
25,000. It's not cheap. It's a very beautiful venue. So, yung mga nagbabash niyan, malamang hindi pa nakapunta dyan.
Ayan na naman tayo. Ay, yung kabana na si Mark Lee po ang nagbayad ng mga
Mark,
panahon.
wait lang. Mark, kumain ka na ba? Gusto mo kumain
Hindi pa, kaya
muna?
mainit ulo ko.
Ulo? Hindi kumakain? Oo nga.
Alam mo,
Correct,
siguro
correct.
para mawalagngit ang ulo ni Marky, guys. Drop naman kayo ng stars sa ating live tonight. Para naman if you're enjoying our discussion, mag-drop kayo ng stars para may pangkain si Mark at di mainit ang ulo tonight.
May request ako kay Luke ako may request. Luke Icarus, baka naman pwede kang mag-drop ng ng star. Sabi niya, ang sabi ni Eman, sana may
May
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Kung
OnlyFans
pwede
talaga,
lang.
my God.
Pangarap ko din yan, look. Ay, nako. Okay. Tapos, ano ba sabi? Magmo-mall show po ba ang mga delegates?
Ayan.
Ako, Mema, gusto namin sila mag-mall. So, parang I don't think there's time kasi nagre-rehearse.
Wala nang time.
Oo.
Pero for
Para
sure,
lang,
may
para ba
pupunta.
ma-prove? Para na bang ma-prove na meron talagang mileage ang ang leverage ang Miss Earth compared to the other one? Ako, hindi na
Hindi
kailangan.
na nila kailangan ng moral tour, guys.
Hindi na.
Sabi ni Ivy, gusto ko yung nang babash, di pa nakapunta dyan. Punta talaga kayo, guys. Actually, sabi, shots fired, mga
Ay, mga hampal.
Oh my God. Actually, true. Sabi ni Lil Penny, Okada Manila is the MGM Grand of Manila. I agree.
Yes, yes.
You have to visit the cove. If you're in there, you will feel like you're in a different world. I swear.
Yeah.
I swear. Iba talaga. So,
Super ganda. Nagtatanong si Flyra. Flyra ba to? F-F-Y-Ra. F-Ra. Ano ang surprise sa sabi ni Madam Lorraine? Guys, tinanong din namin kung ano yung sabi nila, surprise. So, hindi natin
sabi
alam.
no.
Wait, mga performers, may mga performers bang naka-line up?
Ito yung mga
Tanong ko nga.
Yung mga
Oo.
tita natin, iba din eh.
Ay, alam mo naman yun, sila tita, minsan gusto rin nila ng excitement. In other words, abangan na lang natin. Kami
Oo.
rin, di namin alam.
Kasi parang
Masusurprise daw
inaabangan
tayo.
nila kung si Chantel magpa-perform daw ba ulit. Oh. Although we love Chantel, I mean, I'm a big fan. But
Oh,
again,
yeah.
it's the
Ang ganda
comeback.
naman ni Chantel, ah.
Oo. Pero iba naman guys, wag naman Chantel, di ba? Ang daming
Yan.
local artists in the Philippines di ba?
True. Another question. Pupunta din ba sina Marissa and Romy?
Sana. Ako specifically sana si
I
Marissa.
don't think they can. I don't think they can kasi ito naman, wag naman kayo magalit na hindi kino-cover ng Miss Earth yung mga runner-ups. Kasi ang totoo naman talagang kino-cover nila is the main winner. It's the same for all major beauty pageants. Miss Universe, Miss World, Miss International. Ang kino-cover lang nila is of course yung expenses ng main winner. Pero ang
Yeah,
maganda naman sa Miss Earth, if you come, yung accommodation, everything will be taken care of by the Miss
Yeah.
Earth organization. Huwag naman po tayong masyadong abusado. Ang totoo naman talaga na cover yung main winner.
O,
Yung
nagtitipid, walang budget.
Nagtitipid.
mga ganun.
Anong nagtitipid? Di naman nagtitipid. Ang sarap kaya na pinapakain sa amin sa Okada.
Kaya nga. Pero
Huwag
ano
niyo pong
guys,
kalilimutan ha. Ay, sorry. Sige, go, Noy.
sige go Mark, Eman go.
Huwag niyo pong kalilimutan that ever since, whenever there's a live pageant, nung nasa MOA Arena pa siya, the Miss Earth does not ask people to pay for the tickets. Libre ang tickets. Kung sa tingin niyo po ay pera-pera lang ang habol nila at nagtitipid sila, edi sana pinagkakakitaan nila yung mga tickets nung show. But they don't.
They don't.
They
Libre yon. Pinapamigay nila yon. At saka, yung ibang pageants, di ba, they ask you to pay how much? 15,000 pesos, 20,000 pesos to watch their pageant. Ang Miss Earth, libre yun. So, lalo na when they were staging it sa MOA. Hindi naman talaga sila mahirap. Hindi naman sila desperado sa ganyan.
True.
Yeah. Pero gusto na talaga namin makita si Marissa, si Romy, di ba? First time
Yeah, it
talaga
makes
ako sa Marissa.
Oo, it makes sense. Yeah,
Excited for
sayang.
this year's judges yan. Sabi
Sino nga
ni-
kaya, Mark? Ano ka bang inside tip dito sa mga judges? Sino ba mga...
Wala eh. Sige, tatanungin ko sa Lunes. Nung week kayo. Tingnan natin.
Tapos ito pa, is it top 20 or top 22?
Top
It's
20.
Still top 20. Yan po, what
Okay.
we can confirm to you, it's still top 20. Yan.
Because of 2022, ganun ba yun? Kaya top 22? Something like
Feeling
that?
ko, ewan ko sa kanila. Ano yun, parang pang 20th anniversary, 20 rin ang winners. Char. Okay. Ano. Ayan, sayang daw wala si Lindsay. Alam mo, feeling ko
Yeah.
magkaka-time si Lindsay.
Feeling ko magbabawi yan. Kasi di ba parang
Oo.
ngayon, dahil di ba, let's understand, si Nellis, kaya siya yung invited. Naman guys, ano ba, 2019 hindi siya naka-travel, zero travel. Hindi nga na spread yung advocacy ng Reynald because it's pandemic. Kaya normal lang na siya yung ma-invite.
Hmm.
Siguro
Sobrang
baka
happy
iba na-
tayo. Di
Let's
ba?
give it to
Of
her.
course.
Mm-mm.
Let's give it to her. Maawa naman tayo kay Nellis. Deserve naman niya yun, di ba? Pero feeling ko, babawi yan si Lindsay sa susunod na edition.
Yeah.
Tapos ano tong sabi ni Joseph, bakit hindi pinapakita ang crown bago na ba? Hindi. It's the
Yeah.
same crown.
It's the same
Same
crown.
crown. Although tinanong ko na si Tita dyan ha, ang maganda dito ay si Tita ay open to changing it, pero not now. Yun yung sabi niya.
Ayan
She's
ha.
open to changing it, pero not now daw.
Not
Kasi
now,
hindi
next week.
Mga next week. After the coronation, joke. Pero knowing
Not
her
now.
and knowing the organization, highly likely, ito totoo, huwag kayo magtawanan baka i-recycle din yung materials ng corona.
Oo naman, no
That's so
problem.
Miss Earth, they will recycle
Yeah.
that, I'm for
Mhm.
sure.
Correct. Ayan, 'di ba? Eto na. Ano pa ba? Ano pa ba yung mga pwede nating i-flag? Hi, Alvin. Will there be competent
Oh,
interpreters?
yes.
May
Oh.
explanation ako dyan ha. Ito based on our experience. We also coached Myanmar. Do you recall that, Noy? Myanmar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Myanmar.
So we coached Myanmar kasi ang mga pageant, ang mga delegata, before they even go to the Philippines, they are asked to sign forms. So yung mga important details about them. Isa sa mga question doon, example would be, are you vegetarian or not? Kung meron kayong specifications sa food na kailangan nila i-take note. So you will just write it down there. And another piece that they ask about that is, do you need an interpreter?
They have to pick.
Yeah, they will take, it's either yes, I need an interpreter, no, I do not need an interpreter. Do you recall that, Noy, when they submitted the form ng Myanmar,
Yeah.
ang tinik nila ay no, they do not need an interpreter. Sinend na nila sa Miss Earth. Tapos, and as we know, the representative of Myanmar did not have, or rather does not speak English really well. So actually, sakit yan ng mga ibang girls and organization na kinakalimutan nila na before even having an interpreter, the organization needs to prepare in advance. So kung umpisa pa lang, a few months before, sinabi mo na no, I do not need an interpreter, tapos bigla kang pumasok sa top 15 at na-interview, hindi makakapaggawa ng magic ang Miss Earth organization na kumuha ng interpreter bigla-bigla. Or kunyari sa preliminaries, I need an interpreter pala. Ano yun, magic? Kukuha ang organization ng interpreter.
Correct.
So yun yung sakit ng ibang organization. So it's a two-way thing ha. It's a two-way thing. So either hindi nag-prepare ang organization or hindi tinik ng girls yung tamang form.
Yes.
Okay?
Ang expectation ba ng mga fans or ng ibang mga countries is that meron ng ready interpreter every country or every language na available during the pageant? Parang hindi naman ata fair na lahat i-prepare, di ba? Kasi paano kung hindi naman pumasok yung kandidata? And for example, one specific country na talagang yun lang talagang language niya, di nakapasok ng top 20, parang it's just also a waste of preparation on the end of the organization. So kailangan, important nga sinabi ni Martin na yung pre-interview na form ay sagutin ng maayos.
Yes. Di ba nga alam mo yun? Nagulat tayo. Ang sinabit nila, no, I don't need an interpreter. Ha? Paano kung pumasok ka sa top 15 tapos papamagikin mo yung organization mag-produce ng interpreter?
Yes.
True. Diba? Ayan. So nasagot po yung tanong niyo na yan ha. Ngayon naman, alam mo, this is also another interesting topic. Sabi naman ni CJ, I want to hear po your comments regarding other pageants changing their advocacies into environmental advocacy. One major pageant right now is also kind of switching to a sustainable development as their advocacy. What do you think about that, Noy?
Yeah. Ako, for me, I also like to quote lang, one of my interviews with our reigning queen, Destiny Wagner, na sinabi niya na, I asked her, what is the standout quality of the Miss Earth as a pageant and as a brand? Sabi niya sa akin, and it was a really powerful statement na, yes, we are an organization or a group that advocates for the environmental protection and preservation, pero kasi it's a shared responsibility. The more people and the more organizations who advocate for environmental protection, the better. Okay? Hindi naman po ito monopoly ng Miss Earth lamang. Okay? If other organizations are also interested in changing their advocacies into environmental protection, then why not? Diba? It's going to be a much more effective way of addressing the ongoing climate crisis we are in right now. Diba? So, hindi po natin monopoly as an organization ang environmental protection. Magkataon lang talaga na Miss Earth tayo. But if there are other organizations who would like to also help us in the advocacy, then they're more than welcome to help us out in that.
But what we take pride in is that Miss Earth headlined it. Miss Earth
initiated.
Diba?
Correct.
So, it's talagang relevant. That's why Miss Earth is really relevant because other pageants are following suit. Yun, diba? So, yun. Okay ka na, Mark? Yan. May tanong dito, no? Sabi ni Ariska, kasi lagi natin ginagawa sa Miss Earth Crown ito. Pero sabi niya, magpapaprice ba kayo ng free tickets,
Yes.
MEC? Tapos sinagot
Charis.
niya ni Linel, sabi ni Linel, to answer that, not
Not
anymore.
anymore.
Hi, Linel.
Yung ba yung
Thank
sagot
you,
niya
Linel,
talaga?
Hindi
for
ko alam kung
answering.
para doon ba yung sagot na yun, Linel? Nagkataon lang. Hindi ko sure. Natawa ko lang sa sagot ni Linel. Pero tama po si Linel, not anymore.
Not
Yan.
anymore.
We
Pero
don't have free
question lang,
tickets
no?
this year.
For the ones, for the people who'd like to watch the live staging, meron bang available tickets for sale?
Yes, Marky.
Yes, there are
Meron ba?
available tickets for sale. Pero hindi siya kasi ticket na binibenta na literal. Kasi
Okay.
you have to donate for a cause. Because Miss Earth is a beauty is for a cause. There's certain amounts that you could donate, and once you donate, it's equivalent to a ticket. So for inquiries, you may feel free to call Carousel kasi you donate to the Miss Earth Foundation. So the donation
Nice.
equates
I love
to a
that.
ticket. Yep.
Love that.
Do you think
And,
they will be accepting walk-in audiences?
walk in? Yeah.
for
Oh, that's a good
Marky?
question.
I don't think so, given my protocols. This is not 2019 sa Moa Arena. 2018 sa Moa Arena or sa Okada noong 2018. Kasi, they're very strict with this. So, talagang limited. Di ba nga kahit sa press, parang certain number of people lang are allowed to get in sa press. So, kasi don't forget, nasa pandemic pa rin tayo guys ha. Pag nagkaroon ng super spreader event dyan, medyo hindi magandang press din yun. So,
Pero
medyo
natin,
I don't think they will do that.
pero natin, i-highlight natin na everyone is safe and healthy even if they're traveling around the Philippines, di ba?
Yes.
Walang nangyaring anything na COVID-related, kaya congratulations sa
Diba?
organization.
Oh my God, yes!
Highlight
Galing.
natin yun.
Highlight natin, maliban sa nagkaroon ng sakit sa tiyan.
Sino?
Silang lahat, marami sa kanila nagkasakit sa tiyan dahil sa dami na
Ah.
kinakain.
Ayan na nga
Hindi
sinasabi
sila sanay
natin
dun sa
eh.
food. Oo.
Mm.
medyo hindi.
Oo. At
Diba?
kailangan natin i-highlight na busog, liglig na liglig
Yes.
ang mga
Busog na busog
papiging.
po sila, ang mga papiging,
Yeah. Yeah.
siksik-liglig at umaapaw at hindi sila
Yeah.
kumakain sa gilid ng hotel lobby.
And then it's really great na the food being served are really authentic Filipino dishes, di ba?
True.
That they enjoy.
Sorry,
Correct.
natatawa lang ako kasi iba talagang ibang dumog show tong si Lorraine eh. Pupunta po ba si Katy Perry para pupunta ng Roar? Yung mga phone na paus na sila sa Ewan ko sa'yo. Lorraine, i-frame namin tong mga comment mo, promise. I love it. Okay. Ayan.
May tanong si Joseph Cernal. Sasalain po ba yung mga media partners na pupunta? Bakit? Baka maulit na naman yung reporting regarding rude media partner. Okay.
Sino bang rude media partner yon?
Oo, meron
I think there was an
press
event na
presentation.
nangyari. May press presentation event na nangyari. Meron maling tao nga na nasisi eh. So may mga maling tao na nasisi. And they were pointing at those specific people who said that they made not so good comments about candidates, making fun of the candidates. But in reality, they found out that it was this specific person who made that comment and not the actual pageant bloggers. It's a different person totally.
Alam mo, kasi we also know the pageant bloggers that we work with. We know
them. They're nice.
Really great. They're
nice. So don't be, minsan hinay-hinay kayo sa kakasisi ha, kasi hindi mababait yan. The reason why they're there is generally mabait yan. Dahil ang Miss Earth, they really trust people na personable, mababait. So huwag kayong manisi kagad ha. So alamin natin kung sino yung nangyari sa actual event. So pero what I nag-apologize na siya. Pero what I know is ang maganda sa Miss Earth organization, they do not parang bear grudges. Hindi nila yun dinibdiben. They're very professional. Ilang masasabi ko, very professional.
Ayan, sabi ni Daisy, wala bang ganap si Destiny for media interview? Actually, marami siyang media interviews. Oo. At saka mga sponsor interviews. Hindi nga lang sa mga free TV channels natin. Pero marami na siyang mga naging interviews bago pa yung yun. At si Marcos ay watching from Malaysia. Hello. Ayan. Is it time for us to reveal something?
Nako, ito na. Ito na nga eh. Ready na ba kayo, guys?
Oo, ready na ba kayo? Boss? Ayan, teka.
Ay, teka
Eto na.
lang. I'd just like to highlight this kasi may nagsasalita dito. Daisy Lopez, ang MEC, nagtatawanan din doon. Ma'am, I'm sorry ha, wala kami doon dahil nasa gitna kami. Maganda yung view
Yung
namin.
nagsabi,
Wala
yung
kami doon sa
nagkatawanan.
area. Daisy
Nagkatawanan?
Lopez, nagtatawanan daw tayo doon. Hindi kami nagtatawanan, nagko-commentary kami, nasa gitna kami. Maganda
During
yung
the
view
press
namin.
presentation. Ma'am,
Mm-mm.
kami po yung nandoon. If you can show proof that we indeed did that, na dinawanan namin yung mga candidates, then we'll apologize. But unless you have any proof, then we're not gonna do it.
You can
Yeah.
watch the live stream of
Yeah.
Miss Earth Brown during the press presentation. They did not have time to laugh at the candidates because they were doing commentaries. Ayan.
Yes.
And sorry, we are far more educated than that to
Yep.
Yes.
We
laugh.
are we are better than that. I'm so sorry. We're very professional about
But
things. We
thank
don't
you
laugh
Yeah.
at the
for
candidates.
Thank you
But thank
noting
for
that.
you.
Ayan. Okay.
Ayan na.
Sandali. Andito, alam mo, papaakatin ko lang to one last time kasi talaga ang tiga nito eh. Chris! Ayan, andito pa si Chris. Oh, ano na, Chris?
Oh,
Hello,
Chris,
Chris.
ano na?
Uy, may tatanungin kami sa'yo, Chris. We want to ask you before we reveal this. If ever there will be your top 4, who are your top 4 for this year?
Ayan, magandang tanong yan.
We cannot hear you. Nakamute ka.
Nakamute ka ata. Yan.
Oo.
Top 20 pa kaya na I find it hard to make it top 20 and now top 4. Okay. Okay, I will just select my top 4. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. It's Colombia. Colombia. My dark horse is Namibia
Mhm.
and Cuba.
Wow.
And, my God, Korea or Australia.
Good
Mm.
choices.
Nice
Good
list. Ang
choices.
galing.
Wait lang, sorry. We have to address this immediately. Kinorek ni Miss Daisy ang kanyang sarili. Hindi pala tayo yun. Hindi daw
Okay.
tayo
Thank
yung
you,
nakita niya.
ma'am.
Thank you, Miss Daisy.
Thank you po, Miss
Ayun.
Daisy.
Again.
Ayun lang. So there, sabi niyang ganon. Okay, now, dahil
Thank you.
sinabi na ni Chris ang kanyang
Oh.
top. Ayan asa na? Si Gab,
Oh. Pareho.
ngayon pa lang dumating Gab. Oh. Tingnan
Yeah.
natin Gab kung
Sama natin si
kung
Gab. Tignan natin. Si
may
Gab
audio
tsaka
ka
si
na.
Chris.
May audio
Sige.
ka na, Gab. Dinig mo na
Hi,
kami. Can you hear us na?
Ayan.
I'm back.
Can you hear
Yes.
us na?
Okay na po, okay na.
Yun. Oh.
Ayun.
Sa dami ng pinag-usapan natin, i-summarize mo lahat yung Gab. Oh, wait, ano yung una, Gab, bilang isa ka din you're also a pageant, Miss Earth Pageant Media. Ano yung take away mo dito sa pageant nito? Kumbaga parang ano yung overall evaluation mo so far dahil wala pa naman yung finals.
Yes. Thank you, Sir Eman, for that wonderful question. Yes. Kasi I just want to raise this since napag-usapan naman na natin yung mga nababash na mga Miss Earth Queens during the press presentation. Yes, I was the person who were accused during the press presentation. At
Oh,
hindi po ako doon. Hindi po ako yon yung nagko-comment. There's something from a pageant vlogger na first time lang po namin na naka-work at naloka din po yung mga ibang pageant media friends natin na ganun po siya mag-comment. And yung MEC is nasa gitna po talaga sila. Wala pong MEC doon sa coverage ng pageant react page. So we just have to clarify that one.
Thank
My
you.
takeaway po for the Miss Earth, yun nga lang kasi nandiyan na yung bashing, set of bashers, yung mga groups na nagbabash talaga. But we need to refrain from accusing the other people who are innocent naman po eh. So ngayon, I just want to clarify na I just want to say thank you din sa Miss Earth for the trust and vote of confidence. For the past 3 years, I've been working with them. So maraming salamat din po. Yun lang naman po. Sana mas matagal pa yung magkakatrabaho po tayo. Miss Earth Crown and Miss Earth Beauties and
Naman,
Pageant.
we're gonna be
Yes.
Thank
waiting for
you.
that again.
Yun nga yung
Yeah.
sinasabi namin na alam mo Miss Earth actually takes care of their they establish a good relationship with their dedicated pageant media. Kasi yung Miss Earth lang talaga yung merong dedicated pageant media. Napansin niyo 'yon, 'di ba? Na talagang merong pages, blogs na dedicated to
Yes.
Earth.
Di ba
Mm-mm.
nga meron pang palagi silang consistently meet and greet lagi with the vloggers?
With the
Miss Earth lang
Yes
ang
vloggers.
meron
po.
gano'n. Lagi
Oo.
sila. Ngayon lang sila hindi kasi medyo they're limiting the activities eh. Siguro
Yes
Yes.
po.
next year baka magkaroon. Pero
Sana.
pinaalagaan ng Miss Earth yan kasi they know that these pages, MEC, MEB, Miss Earth fans, ano ba yung Miss Earth fan page, these are
Miss Earth Moments.
Miss Earth
Oo.
Moments,
Yeah.
Ang
Miss Earth
dami.
I-miss na natin yung
Exclusive.
MEM ha.
These are the pages who really defend Miss Earth tooth and nail talaga, literal.
Mm-mm.
Kaya they take care of these pages. They take care of
Saka,
these people. Just like to inform you ha, hindi bayad yan ng Miss Earth ha. Kasi
yun nga
iniisip
sasabihin
nila,
ko eh. Oo.
lagi nila
Big
sinasabi ang
information.
Miss Earth Crown daw bayad ng Miss. I'm so sorry, hindi kami bayad ng Miss Earth, no? Hindi man namin kailangan magpabayad. Kayo
Hoy!
naman.
Ayan na
Oo.
naman tayo. Oh, Mr. Gatchalian choose violins
Gab,
na naman
Gab,
tonight
kinakaya mo
ha.
ba ang mga comments ni Marky at tonight?
Oo.
Kinakaya mo
Actually,
ba?
naaliw ako kay Sir Mark kasi parang hindi po talaga siya ganun mag-comment. Hindi po siya yung Sir Mark na nakilala ko for the past 3
Nagbago na
years.
siya,
So,
no? Nagbago na
oo.
siya.
Wala na siyang ano. Wala na siyang ano. Wala na siyang
Pero mabait po silang tatlo. Actually, thankful din po ako dahil na-meet ko sina Sir Mark, sina Sir Eman, and Sir Noy dahil sila po talaga yung mga naging inspiration po namin to do
Thank
pageant vlogging
you.
professionally. Sila po talaga. Thank
Thank
you
you so much,
po.
Gab, for
Thank you
that.
very much. Pero yun, maraming salamat Gab. Thank you very much for consistently being around. Ikaw naman Gab, that bilang I don't know if you've already published this, pero
Ay,
ikaw
kailangan natin malaman.
Oh my
sino ang hot picks, ang top picks mo? Kung hindi man yung lahat ng top 20, at least yung
Kaya
elementals mo.
top 4.
Top
Mm.
4?
Oo.
Sige. I'll go for Colombia.
Okay.
Colombia, tapos si Netherlands,
Mhm.
and then ipapasok ko si Philippines,
Mhm.
and then lastly si Australia. Sila po yung
Ayun.
four.
Ayun. Good
Top
choices,
four.
good
Good
choices.
list, good choices.
Nasabi namin yan, Gab, kasi ngayon panahon na para sa ating Hot Picks
Oh.
Reveal. Ayan. Alam mo, nakakatuwa kasi last year, tama ba, Gab? Parang last
Kasama si
year
Gab.
yata, kasama ka
Kasama
namin.
din po ako.
Diba?
Opo.
Kasama ka din. Tsaka si Mars France,
Mars
kung di ako
France.
nagkakamali. Ayan. Tapos, ayan. O, ibalik natin si Chris. Chris, alam mo, pwede ka na rin maging ang galing mong mag-comment, ang ganda ng pagbibigay mo ng mga opinion.
Agree.
Correct.
Oo. Pwede ka na ring sumali. Gusto mong sumali? Yes, talaga naman. Recruit talaga si Chris Loy, no? Oo.
Sure po,
So
sure po.
ngayon, re-reveal na natin ng Miss Earth Crown ng ating final hot picks. And this year, we will be doing it differently. We will be revealing to you our final hot picks by region, by
Wow.
continent, by region. Tama, by region.
Yep,
Oo.
yes, by continent. Kaya please write down your comments
Ah.
chat box para we get to see it.
Oo. Let's
And
see,
then we'll
let's
talk
see.
about the girls per region as well.
Yes. Now, before we do this, we would like to say that ang una nating i-reveal ay ang Miss Earth Crown Final Hot Picks for Europe. So, i-comment nyo na dyan sa baba. Please comment down below who your European bets are. But we would like to tell you how we came up with our hot picks. And this is not just a hushed hot picks. How do we come up with our hot picks ba, Mark Lee? And specifically this year?
The hot picks were decided by our staff. Okay, and meron kasi silang scoring system eh. They really watch every single activity, yung preliminary activities, and then they score. And then yung final score, yun na yung top natin. Kasi ayaw natin yung manghula. Ayaw natin yung nanguhula. So, we just score them and then based off of that score, yun na yung top natin. So, medyo reliable naman. Although hindi tayo naka-SGV, no, at saka Ernst and Young. Pero magaling naman sa math yung, yung mga tao natin.
True. But also, alam mo, tinatawag namin na medyo fearless forecast itong hot picks namin. Kasi, basta malalaman nyo mamaya. Pero gusto namin i-emphasize that we are trying to score or decide our hot picks based also on how Miss Earth does it. We are putting premium not on the medal rounds, tandaan po natin to, but the preliminary rounds such as the beauty of face, figure and form, and intelligence. Okay? Yun po ang pinagbabasihan namin. Hindi kasama sa judging ng Miss Earth Crown ang kanilang behavior score because it will be because we were not with them the entire time. 'Di ba? Kaya so these scores, our picks are based on the three preliminary virtual events. Okay? Yan. Ano pa? Anything else you want to say about that, Marky?
I think yun na yun. Pinaka-importante is we have a scoring system and we follow that scoring system and we base it off of our preliminary events.
Ayan, sige. Tingnan natin. So si Ron is already picking Netherlands, Belarus, Belgium, and Russia. Okay? Si Lorraine, sabi niya Netherlands, Belgium, Belarus, Scotland. Ayan. Tapos si Alvin ay Belarus, Netherlands, Belgium, and Russia. And now, let's see. Let's now reveal, okay, our final hot picks for Europe. Are you ready, Earthlings? Ako hindi pa. Nasa na yung ano natin? Here we go. Here, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for Miss Earth Crown to reveal it's our final hot picks for Miss Earth 2020. Ayan. Chris Lloyd, tayong dalawa. Huwag ka mag-alala. Matatakpan tayo ng video. Diyan ka lang. So now, let's begin with Europe.
Miss Earth Brown presents our 2022 Miss Earth Final Hot Picks. Let's find out who they are, beginning with Europe. Let's begin with Netherlands. Portugal. Malta. Belarus. Belgium. Poland. Bubbling under for Europe. Wales.
Yes, and those are our hot picks for Europe. Ilan sila, Mark? Five, no? Five?
Yes,
Yeah, five.
5.
We're also basing the number of hot picks per continent based on the number of delegates per continent, which is also the system that Miss Earth uses. Ayan. So, anong masasabi nyo? So, may mga picks doon, tapos merong mga hindi, baka may mga surprise picks. Ikaw, Chris, ano dun sa MEC top picks? Sino dun yung para, ay, kasama siya? Sino yung surprise para sa'yo? Wala na. Wala na naman signal si Chris. O sige, Chris, balik ka ha. Ayan. So, everybody, let's go. Let's have some comments. Who are sir, ayan, of course. Sabi ni
According to Ken.
Watch out for Belgium. She was laying the finals in the most stunning gown of Louis Pangilinan. Ayan.
Yes.
There
Yan,
goes.
revealed na.
Yan, love the video. Thank you very much. And pinaghahandaan namin yan. No Scotland or England. Ayan. Actually, we have Wales there, but actually there's so many good candidates from Europe. But what makes the others stand out, Mark Lee, based on Miss Earth Crown's ano?
It's really
Job.
the complete package. You really have to do well in the three preliminaries: the beauty of face, the figure and form, and of course, the most important, which is the environmental awareness. So that's what we look at, and that's the reason why these girls got in. They got consistently high scores in those three preliminary
Yon.
activities.
So that answers ano Steffi's question, and the others who will surprise that Malta is in our list. Yun nga,
Yes, we
we
actually we were also
consistently.
surprised. We were also surprised that she was in the list. Eh, mataas ang score eh. So what can we say? So she performed. She really
Mm-mm.
gave when it mattered the most. Gave all her all when it mattered the most.
'Di ba? And we also have bubbling under. Explain natin what does it mean when we have the bubbling under list, Mark?
It means that she has a strong possibility of getting in. It's just that
Mm.
medyo kinulang in other aspects. Wales did really, really well in the interview, environmental awareness interview.
That is right. Ayan. Thank you very much for all your picks down there and all your opinion. But now it's time to go to our next continent. Pwede na ba, Mark?
Yes, let's
Yes.
proceed with the next
Now let's
one.
proceed. I think we will have also five picks for the next region. Am I correct? Or four? Five,
Ano
tama.
bang region na ito? Asia?
Asia and
Yeah, five.
Oceania. Yes. Okay. So now let's go to our Miss Earth Crown's final hot picks for Asia and Oceania. Please let us know if you have other picks or if you agree with ours completely. Here they are.
And now let's go to Asia and Oceania, beginning with Korea. Philippines. Australia. Iran. Palestine. Bubbling under in Asia and Oceania are Nepal, and Indonesia.
All
And
right.
yeah, that's
Yep.
our please let us know down below who is the surprise for you.
Yep.
Who did you not expect to be on the hot picks, and who is your other choice if ever you
Yep.
want other countries to be in our Asia and Oceania hot picks? Who would be your choice? I was
Yep.
looking at Chris's reaction during while we were playing the video. He was looking for someone, and then he saw that person, and it's like ayun. Oo. Who was your ano bet to be in the
In
hot picks?
in the roster of semifinals for Asia and Oceania is Indonesia and Thailand. I was looking for Thailand.
Mm, I know that. Let's
Mm.
see if other if yes, some of our Earthlings are also looking for that. Yeah, diba?
Yep.
Who's
While you're
here?
looking for that sa comment section, just like to highlight for this year, especially for the European region, Europe is not that strong this year as compared to last year. In Europe, you'll really see the girls who really are standing out in the performance in the preliminaries. Obviously, it was in the European region. It's really Netherlands, Belgium, and Belarus. These are very strong girls when it comes to
Mm,
performance. So I'm not surprised. They also did well during the medal. What do you call this? Medal competitions in the local government units, and they also did well in communicating and interacting with the fans and the press. So they did really
mm,
well on that. Very consistent. We just hope that they make that consistency or translate that consistency on stage because, preliminary virtual is different from performance on stage. Let's see amongst all of these girls who would really do well on stage. In Asia, Asia is one of the strongest, I believe, one of the strongest region, together with another region which we will share later because there are a lot of amazing speakers and beautiful ladies in this region. Even our staff found it difficult to score this region because my God, they all speak well and they're all beautiful in person. How do we even score them? And then I said just score based off of your gut and score based off of what you see in the preliminaries. I think I'll just share some trivia. Korea really wants this, the same as Australia. Korea wants this because in an interview, she even said that and acknowledged that you are Mark, right? You are a judge in Miss Earth, and I've been listening to your questions, and these are difficult questions. I write down the questions and I research for the answer. So what does that mean? Korea is wants this. She's researching. She really watches. She wants this really. So a woman who wants something and who would do everything to research on something really would do well. Same as Australia. Australia has been. I think she won. She she competed 3 times, and she won this year. So when it comes to grit, amazing grit, and she's very personable. Had a chance to talk to her as well. Actually, she talks to everyone given the chance. So again, personality wise, stand out. She's a standout. Same thing with Palestine. Amazing, serious with her advocacy, well spoken, and of course Jenny Ram. We all know Philippines is Philippines. Prepared team. So speaking of team, I think the reason why in Europe, Netherlands and Belgium are standouts. It's because of the organization preparing them. The organization knows how to prepare these girls. That's why when you
Belgium as
see them,
well. Yes. Oh.
yes, Belgium and Netherlands, they really prepare polished girls because they know how it works. So
Mm,
I'm not
mm.
surprised if they get in.
Yes, ayan. That actually answers your your concern, Richard, na it's influenced by popularity of K-drama. No, she really wants this. She's brilliant. She's intelligent. She's beautiful. Ayan. May tanong si Mark, will you post this din po ba like a photo of all your topics? Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
after this.
Right after our show tonight, we will be posting our poster of our hot picks and also the final hot picks reveal video. Ayan,
Oh,
okay.
let's ask muna, Chris. Let's hear a point of view of a fan. Oh, Chris, nakita mo yung first few hot picks natin. Sino yung mga, maliban kay Thailand, na feeling mo should be there, in Europe as well? Sino yung feeling mo dapat nandun?
In Europe, the surprise in Europe is Portugal and Malta.
Malta. Mm.
I was looking for Russia and yeah, it's Russia. And then for Asia and Oceania, it's on Thailand and Indonesia. Indonesia is bubbling under, so Thailand. I was looking for Thailand.
And then other people were saying Iran is a shocker. Tapos
Yeah,
even si Roel
that.
sabi niya, why Iran over Indonesia?
Mm.
Indonesia. You have an answer
I
for
think
that?
I think it might. Uh, as far as I noticed on the interview of Iran, she has with she the her answers as content, the way
Mm,
she utters the answer, it says content.
exactly.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
that's the reason why she got in. Aside from the fact that she's beautiful. And so I'll be honest, hindi siya paligoy-ligoy sumagot. She's very on point, very direct to the point.
On
I
point,
like
exactly.
unlike other girls na medyo nagpaligoy-ligoy. So that's why I think
Yes.
she got good scores in the interview.
Yes, take it from the Miss Earth judge himself, right? So the judges want, because they're briefed. The judges are brief, and this is what Miss Earth wants. This is the kind of answer that we want, and that's also the kind of answer that Mark, as a judge on Miss Earth, has been looking for all these years. Kaya that's also the guiding principle that we used during the scoring for our hot picks, di ba? Ayun. Now let's go to our next continent. Now let's go to Africa. We are choosing four hot picks from Africa based on the number of contestants from that continent. Who are your Africa picks? Let us know. We will show you our hot picks and please react to it. Now, let's go to, sabi nga nila, it's time for Africa.
And now, heading over to Africa, Nigeria, Namibia, Ethiopia, Zimbabwe, for Africa's bubbling under, South Africa,
Ayan, did we get your hunches right? Did we
Oh,
have
Chris.
match?
Let's
Ayan,
check
ikaw,
with
Chris.
Chris.
Chris,
Yes,
bilang ikaw ang aming correspondent for tonight. Ayan, di ba? On the spot, nagkatrabaho si Chris. Is there any surprise or they matched your expectations?
I match my expectation. Namibia is a good speaker. Zimbabwe is consistent in the preliminary as well as the on-site activities. What was that? Nigeria might succeeded Agbani Darego, Miss World 2002. She might be the second Nigerian to win international crown. What's that? It's South Africa is bubbling up. Namibia is my sentimental.
Yeah. And I agree with
Mm,
you. We had a chance to talk to Namibia. Oh my God, she's so beautiful in person. Her skin was
mm.
glowing. She speaks really, really well. She's actually one of the strongest talaga in Africa. So you have to watch out for Namibia. And the good thing about this, about the pageant, Miss Earth, talagang there are dark horses na hindi pinapansin ng fans na biglang magpapasok. Okay, so don't be
Oo, sabi nga
surprised
ni
because that
John,
happens often.
true,
Yeah,
true,
very
true,
much.
true.
Very
Posible
much.
na merong dark horse. Kasi alam niyo lahat 'to predictions lang. So pwedeng maiba 'to. Talagang magkakaroon ng mga dark horse, hindi ba? Ayan, sabi ni Rufy, si South Sudan din daw magaling. Yes, we agree. Tapos, may nagsabi dito na nagbu-buffet daw ng microphone si Namibia. Ayan, mic buffet din
Yeah.
itong si Namibia. Baka mag-top
True.
4 pa 'to 'pag napasok sa top 8. So, mga ganyan. Perfect African spot, sabi ni Daisy. Ayan. Tapos sabi ni Vanessa, she loves Zimbabwe. Thank you very
Yeah.
much for that. Ayan. At now, eto na. Eto na tayo, ha. Ang ating last set for, tama ba, Mark? Shall we go to our
Yes, this
last
is our
one? Yes.
last set, and I have to say before Eman shows this, for me, this batch this region is the strongest this year. Kasi last year it was Europe the strongest. Eh. This time
Mm-mm.
it's really this region, and we found it difficult to score the girls, and we had to talk about this kasi medyo may baka may magulat kayo na pinag-decide ng team. It's not just my decision, it's the decision of the entire team. So
Yes.
this was difficult really, and we just base it on, again, the performance during the preliminaries.
Okay, with that said, let's now go to the Americas.
Now let's head over to the Americas. Cuba, Brazil, Venezuela, Canada, Puerto Rico, USA, bubbling under in the Americas, Colombia, and Chile.
Surprise! Ayan. Oh, let us know what you think. As early as now, many people are already surprised at the inclusion of Canada. Ayan, so si Canada. Sabi ni Gab, hala, why Canada? And hala,
I'll have an
why Colombia pala? Hala, why Colombia? Tapos may nagsabi, ano Colombia? Bubbling under? Ganyan. Tapos may nagsasabi na, naku, bakit attitude ba siya? Ganyan. Tapos meron na,
no.
hindi yun na, hindi po yun ang ano dahilan. Again, we're not scoring based on their attitude, okay? Tapos may iba, nawala eh, hindi ko na makita yung nagsabi kanina na ano, um, tapos sabi, no way! Ganyan. Okay lang yung mga reaction na yan. We welcome that. O,
And
ikaw,
here's the thing. Teka muna, here's the thing. It's really the region is strong. Even the bubbling under could actually get in.
that's
So
true.
yeah, let's
Kaya
ask
nga sila
Chris
bubbling
muna.
under eh. Mm-mm.
Yep.
Chris, ikaw, sinong surprise sa'yo?
Canada. I was surprised with Canada, but Canada is a good speaker. That's why she included. She got the spot in the predictions list.
And not
Colombia.
only that, let me add that before Chris speaks. Sorry, sorry, Chris. Si
Sige po.
Canada kasi is trained by Filipino trainers. So you shouldn't be surprised if she did really well. Ang polish ng walk niya, beauty of face, maganda, speaks really well. She's trained by Filipinos. So what do you expect? A polished pageant lady, pageant veteran.
Polished, no? Everything. Yung presentation niya during the preliminaries were polished. Ganyan. Tapos, people were expecting Colombia. Although, Colombia is in our bubbling under, she has a high chance of getting in, according to our opinion. But, Marky, why is she not in the main hot picks?
She is not in the main hot picks because yung score niya medyo mababa. Una sa lahat sa Beauty of Face, di ba, maganda siya Beauty of Face. Pero yung interview niya, dun siya nahatak talaga eh. Kaya nga sabi ko, I mentioned this in the previous vlogs that I attended na I like to be wrong, sana pumasok si Colombia, but if she gets in, she has to have a very amazing interpreter. Yes, English is not a prerequisite in Miss Earth, but it is an advantage. Alalahanin niya, ang mga kalaban niya, very well-spoken. Si Netherlands, si Australia, si Zimbabwe, Namibia. If these people get in at makalagpas sa hashtag at kunyari kasama niya sa top 4, baka pag di maganda yung interpretation ng sagot niya, doon sa papalya. Yung language niya does not matter ha, pero yung the way it's interpreted, yun yung importante.
True, 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 true. Sabi ni Daisy, pakita niyo mga scorecard niyo sa Amerika. Paano nakapasok si Canada? Yun na nga, in-explain na nga natin. Hayaan niyo siya. Ayan. Ayan, sabi ni Lara naman from YouTube, I understand why bubbling under. Would love to see her place but her swimsuit attire did not complement her nice figure and she
Isa pa yan.
has a bit more makeup than needed in my opinion.
Totoo
Yun.
yun. Isa pa yan. Actually, isa sa mga pinagtalunan ng mga staff. Sabi nila, Mark, ang ganda ng mukha pero may makeup. Anong gagawin natin? Paano ba nagsuscore ang Miss Earth? Ang Miss Earth, di ba, pag may makeup, medyo may minus points yun. Di i-minus yung points. Ayun, na-minus nga. Bubbling under. So, you have to follow rules kasi there's a reason why it's called a no makeup round. Sa tingin nyo bakit? Because every day, kailangan ba naka-glam up ang Miss Earth? Di ba hindi? Nakita nyo naman yung activities nila, di ba? That's the reason. Kaya yung competition, and very strict sila sa, you should, at least, kahit powder lang yun, okay, yung powder lip gloss. Pero yung full-on makeup, nako. So yun, baka mabawasan siya ng points doon. Ang dasal ko lang, hopefully, binigyan siya ng magandang score sa attitude. Kasi pag maganda yung score niya doon, mahahatak siya. We'd like to be wrong, hopefully makapasok siya.
Oo, hindi naman kami parang, ay, ayaw namin sa kanya. Talaga lang we're trying to be objective about it. Tapos, kapag napasok sila, di, happy tayong lahat, di ba? Tapos, may nagsasabi din, you guys that forget Belize, you guys will be surprised. Sabi din ni Joseph, Belize talaga, lumalaban. Oo. Tapos, sabi ni Ariska, so if we see Belize there also, she also scored about out there, pero ito lang kasi talaga yung numbers so hindi talaga lahat nakakapasok. Sabi ni Ariska, we have the same sentiments. I think she underperformed during the intelligence. I think di pa rin ganun kabongga ang kanyang figure and form. So marami ding mga factors. Ayan, sabi ni Luke, I don't buy your excuses for Canada. Kung gusto niyo masira image ng lalo, sige, panalinin niyo ulit Pinay. Alam mo, Luke,
Alam niyo, look, wala kayong magagawa kung yung mga girls prepared well. And when these girls prepare, hindi porky fan favorite ilalagay namin dyan. We just base it on performance.
Ganun tayo Oo.
Ganun
Based
talaga
on performance. Performance talaga. Yun ang,
And that's the
yun ang
reason
metrics.
why a lot of non-sash factor countries get in the semis of Miss Earth because of its fairness. So, punta na lang kayo dun sa namimili ng top 20 na pageant. Hindi ganun ng Miss Earth.
Oh, ganun talaga best performance talaga. Ayun, 'di ba? Tapos sabi ni Edward Olmedo Bitrago, Colombia favorita. Yes. We love Colombia too. Yeah, she was really nice. Yan. Bakit si Pongka hindi naman magaling mag-English pero nanalo? O wala naman talaga sa English.
Yeah,
Hindi
she
naman,
did not
hindi
speak
naman
well
namin,
in English, but she answered the question. We were there. I judged as her preliminaries as well. She speaks
yes,
directly.
Judge si Mark nun
She speaks directly on point, and that's the reason why she won.
True. Remember that we are also not basing the scores on their ability to speak English very well. It's their ability to communicate. Tapos sabi ni Del, paktay na, madaming magagalit. Ina-expect na po namin yan. Yan. That's why kaya nga sabi namin fearless ang Hotpicks na ito because we were expecting already, but people will not agree. But of course, this is our judgment. This is Miss Earth. We are not the judges this year. None of us are judges this year for Miss Earth, and this is based on our opinion. Talagang it's just simply our prediction, 'di ba? Ikaw naman, Chris, if ever you want to see other countries be in the top dito sa Americas, who else would you choose?
I think wait, I don't have the candidates. I just focus Colombia, Cuba, no other candidate. Argentina, Argentina and
Argentina.
Peru. Argentina
Oo.
and Peru, they're bubbly based on the preliminaries and also with the kanang connection with the girls.
Mm.
Pero in
Yun, true,
Argentina
true, true. There you
and
go.
Mexico
So,
and
Mexico,
Mexico,
oo,
the
also.
original sin also lookalike.
Heavily favored. Ayan.
Agree,
Sabi ni
agree.
Mark, top 4 overall, please. Mark, abangan mo yung poster. After the show, ipopost natin sa ating page ang ating final hot picks poster. Doon po sa final hot picks poster, nandun din po ang ating prediction for our top 4. Tapos after nung top 4, the rest are in random order. Tama ako, Mark, no? Yes. So,
Yes.
abangan nyo din po yan sa ating Miss Earth page. There you go. So, that is that. We now come to the end of our stream for tonight. Sobrang saya, interesting. Ang dami nating nakuhang reaction. Okay lang po yan. Positive, negative reaction. If you agree with the predictions, okay. Kung hindi din po kayo agree sa predictions, no
Okay
problem.
lang.
No problem. No problem. We all have our metrics. We all have our way to predict. But of course, ultimately, the most important decision will be that of the pageant night. Siyempre, during the pageant night, whoever will be there, yun na yung final talaga. And then we can all just be like, oh, sabi ko na sa iyo eh. Oh, Miss Earth Crown. Oh, tama pala yung Miss Earth Crown. Ay, mali pala yung Miss Earth Crown. That's totally fine. Marky?
Yes, and also we'd like to thank the fans who've been interacting for the past 2 hours. We'd like to thank Chris.
Oo,
Thank
ang
you
ating
for taking the time.
instant correspondent for
Instant
tonight with
correspondent
pageant creating.
slash fan. Maraming
Thank
maraming
you so much.
salamat.
Thank you so much, Chris. And of course, final word na, final learning. Ano yung natutunan natin? Ano yung lesson na natutunan natin for this edition of Miss Earth? Yan,
Ako
Marky.
mauna na muna, tapos si Chris, tapos ikaw na
Oo.
yung huli. What I learned is, sana face-to-face na. Sure. Kasi it's different when you judge them virtually. It's different face-to-face, really. It's different.
Oo.
You
Baka
get
pag
to feel
nag-face
the,
to face,
oh, you get
baka
to feel
mag-agree pa
the
tayong lahat.
you get to feel the energy of the girl. You get to see the personality. You get to see how beautiful they are face to face. So that's what I've learned. Face-to-face competition should be done hopefully in the future. We're excited for that in Vietnam. So that's one. And of course, we'd like to. I learned that the local government units really are all-out support. I learned that Filipinos, despite of it all, are very happy, accommodating, loving people. And I hope that yung interaction, yung experience of the girls are good experiences, and I hope that they learn something about it. And lastly, before you even make a comment on social media, make sure that tama yung mga assumptions natin about the girls. Kasi it's different eh. When you hear chismis and when you see their pictures, let's not assume things. So yeah, that's what I've learned and excited for the finals.
Thank you very much, Marky. How about you, Chris?
The impression and the comments. The organization itself is unbothered, and I'm so very happy with that. The organization itself. A round of applause to the organizations. And so with the candidates, they are very consistent. And there are some candidates who are not consistent and they did not go to their core, their advocacy,
Mm-mm.
because they just wanted to I think it's and drama. Do not follow their core. Just follow the core candidates. Thank you so much.
That's good. Wow, very good. Very well said. Now, ako naman,
Thank you.
before we go, I just like to say that, Miss Earth as a pageant, of course, we expect this. We expect things that we would expect from a pageant, from Miss Earth, and that is natural and that is okay. But ultimately, hopefully, we bring the lesson that we should bring from all this experience and all the following and our admiration, following, or even bashing Miss Earth is that ultimately, let's imbibe the
Inside
message.
forest under the
Oo,
Manila.
that's the most important thing, to imbibe the message that Miss Earth is asking us to imbibe. And that is, of course, to take care of the environment in our small ways. Diba? Yun lang. Yun lang naman. Yun lang ang gusto kong masabi. We are excited for the finals on the 29th. It's going to be 6 p.m. Manila time, and it will be live streamed on the Facebook page, YouTube page, of Miss Earth and on Kumu.live. Yes, you can also
Yes.
watch it on Kumu.live on the account of Miss Earth Official. And of course, it will
And
also be, Marky?
sorry, continue. Please
Yes,
continue.
it will also be streamed on Global Vision. Yes,
It
in Latin
is.
America. Live din yun.
Yes.
The
Live then.
Global
It's
Vision
live.
stream will be a live telecast. And it will have
Therefore, sa Latin America, that's the major TV sponsor. In Asia, it's TFC.
TFC.
Asia and the rest of the world, TFC, and we have the YouTube and Kumu.
Yes. Oh, so TFC, the what you call this, the broadcast on TFC will be in December. Okay, December pa. The broadcast on TFC worldwide. Yeah. But you can catch a delayed telecast within the week on A to Z channel. Yeah. Thank you very much. So let's support Miss Earth and of course let's support our candidate and let's support its cause. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. And of course, we will be leaving you with the full Hotpicks video. Yan, pag-awayan natin ulit yan. But thank you very much and we will see you sa Banlaw session after the coronation night on Tuesday. Ayan, mag-react tayo ulit sa Tuesday. Kung ano ba, nako, ang dami na naman nating hanas. We will see you again on Tuesday night after the coronation, Tuesday night or Wednesday after the coronation for our post-pageant Banlaw Sesh. Okay, look forward to that and we're looking forward to that too. Maraming salamat po. Thank you so much everybody. Bye. Bye Chris. Thank
Watch the
you.
video.
Presents our 2022 Miss Earth Final Hot Picks. Let's find out who they are, beginning with Europe. Let's begin with Netherlands. Portugal. Malta. Belarus. Belgium. Poland. Bubbling under for Europe. Wales. And now let's go to Asia and Oceania. Beginning with Philippines. Australia. Iran, Palestine, bubbling under in Asia and Oceania are Nepal, and Indonesia. And now heading over to Africa, Nigeria, Namibia, Ethiopia, Zimbabwe, for Africa's bubbling under, South Africa, Now let's head over to the Americas. Cuba, Brazil, Venezuela, Canada, Puerto Rico, USA, bubbling under in the Americas, Colombia,